What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Planet Doubt podcast, where we doubt everything. I'm here with the squad. My name is Chris.
Six Drop.
RCO.
Manny.
This is your boy John Lewis. Welcome back to the Planet of Doubt channel, episode number 13. Pod Squad. How's everybody doing?
Chilling.
Chilling, dog. COVID boys.
Well, I was gonna say first, tune in to episode 14 where you get to find out what Chris was doing in Sanibel. That was exercise.
That was exercise. Believe me, you'll want to see it.
Dog, I had
Don't bring your kids.
people text me this fucking week asking me that shit.
That shit was too funny.
Can we get a hint, Chris, as to what it was?
Should I leave it for episode 14?
Episode 14. But yeah, welcome back to the channel, guys. It feels good to be here. Everybody seems like they're doing a little bit better than they were a couple of days ago. We've all been attacked in other ways, some harder than others. Pause. But yeah, let me know how you guys been feeling. How's everything going this week, the last couple of weeks?
Well, I'm on vacation because, as y'all know, COVID positive as of today.
I heard.
Yeah, I know you heard just now, Jose, because you don't be looking at this. You just heard. But yeah, man, like I got sick like a little over a week ago. I didn't have anything crazy. I had like a small fever, like nothing too wild. And then I tested for COVID and just got my results literally today, and COVID positive, man. But I'm feeling good though. You know, it's nothing crazy bad or anything.
How long ago did you take the test?
It was a minute ago, dog. It took probably 9 days for me to get the results, which was fucking crazy. Yeah,
Really?
like I took a second test in that time, and I should get my results for that one tomorrow. They said 3 days. Yeah.
I was gonna be shuffling the results. Then we got all the results.
Manny, what was your first symptom?
The first symptom I had, it was two. I had never mind. It was body aches. Body aches was the first symptom I had. And then later that night, I had the chills, and I got a fever that night. It wasn't anything crazy. Like, it wasn't like I was over here dying, but it was something that I definitely felt. And then the next day, most of that was actually gone. And that's when I lost my sense of taste and my sense of smell. So that was the worst of it, though, man. Like that, I can taste now, thank God. But the sense of smell is still gone. But losing the taste was for sure the worst thing, man. That was so annoying.
You still can't smell though? You said?
No, yeah, I still can't smell. I literally spray cologne on my hand and try to smell it, and it's nothing.
I'm gonna go over there and fart, and if you don't smell that,
fam,
I
used the bathroom 2 days ago, and I was like, "There's no way this don't stink, bro. Like, there's no fucking way."
Manny went into the toilet, picked it up, and was like,
"Yes."
Put
my whole head in the bowl, and couldn't smell nothing.
I was gonna say welcome to my world, but I don't do that.
That's what you're doing.
No,
this guy.
No. We're not even gonna get into it.
What do you mean? Because my shit don't stink, y'all.
Oh, wow. Good one.
If y'all don't know, that's my superpower.
Crime telling them.
It's true.
Go fight crime telling them your shit don't stink. Hey, leave that man alone. My shit
John,
don't
how are you
stink.
feeling?
Oh, you're right.
Because we were both sick.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. Well, I tested negative, luckily, but it's crazy because this shit is infiltrating our team. Like our whole out of 20 friends that we have, 7 people got it.
Yo,
it's fucking nuts.
No, we gotta send Bo to some scientist or something, and they gotta test his blood. Because had it hit Bo,
He's immune.
He is an immortal man.
Who was on here? Manny was on here. I said it. You can't kill death.
You can't.
Both untouchable.
You can't kill
Both
that.
untouchable.
Dog. They gotta vial up his blood, run tests, and see he has the cure somewhere within him, dog. That's what I'm telling you.
Damn.
But John, you don't have any more is the cold gone and you feel good? You're all right. You coughing or sneezing anymore?
No, I'm not coughing or sneezing anymore. I feel 99%, so I'm basically there.
Yeah, I mean, I feel 100% now. I haven't sneezed or coughed in a few days.
Well, you thought you were 100% when you were dying, so I also take your word.
100% when I was dying. No, I'm just being.
You're yeah, I'm good.
That looks sus. No.
That's what you were doing Saturday.
You clip that shit for Instagram. Let me know how y'all feel about it.
It doesn't work.
But I haven't sneezed or coughed in like 3 or 4 days, so I'm straight.
Like 3 minutes.
I'm straight.
Nah, but yeah, we definitely got lucky, and then like even you guys, like anybody who got it in our squad, like luckily nobody had to be like hospitalized. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously it's unfortunate that you even had to go through it in any level or form, but
where do you think
it's
you
better
got
for
it,
it to get
Manny?
to giving you like the way you got it, and then you got over it as soon as you could.
Where do you think you might have got it, Manny?
Either my job or I was at my cousin's crib and everybody there got it, but I don't know who got it first. That's why, like, I don't know if it came from them or if it came from my job. I don't know. So that's really what it is.
I mean, this goes back to what I was saying. We probably been saying this every week, but yeah, this is literally a week by week thing. Like, if you're leaving your house, you're at risk, whether it's at work,
definitely.
whether it's going
That's
to your
true,
friend's house, whether it's going to eat.
That's
So
true.
it's like these are conversations that are literally going to be in our life circle for weeks to come. You know what I'm saying? Like 1 week is going to be somebody else getting tested. The next week is going to be like somebody else that unfortunately got it.
And it's like
So
you say, John, like this thing infiltrated our group where like hella people are getting it, and none of us are going out like that. Like we're seeing pretty much our family and our jobs, and that's it.
true.
You know what I mean? Like
true.
it's crazy, man.
Right. So that goes to show too that even like there's people wilding out and they think it's all good, but even those who like are trying to be careful, like it's just uncontrollable. Like that's really it.
Yeah.
Like you literally have to not leave your house. Like that is the only way, and not eat and not do anything, because even if you like Instacart or something, like people are touching that shit and bringing it to you. So it's like there's no way around it, but just try to do what you can. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's no other way around it. Now, how is your job treating it? Like, how long are you gone for, or like what did they tell you?
Well, as soon as I was showing the symptoms, they told me not to come back until I got tested. And then I just texted my boss. Like when I texted y'all, I had texted my boss like a little bit before that. I was like, "Yo, I just got my test back and it's positive." And she's gonna let me know like to see like what it is that the next steps are. But I think it's gonna be something along the lines of like get tested again like after like 2 weeks of having it, and then if it comes back negative, then you're good to go. Something like that.
Right. And it's weird because we have a friend, we'll keep the name under wrap, but he had it for like 3 weeks to a month and he wasn't even going out. Like, so it's like, it's crazy that it could last that long, even after 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying?
But what's wild though about my job, dog, is that like you have to take time off, even if you worked with the person who tested positive, like you're still quarantining for like a week at least, because that's what happened to me. Remember, like when I went back and I went back and they kicked me right back out. Yeah, that's literally what it was. Like I was okay to go back, and then they told me, they were like, well, you were actually exposed to somebody here with COVID, so you got to take another week off. So I know those boys got to be hurting right now, man. Like this sucks.
Well, that's you guys are doing this thing like Team A, Team B at Levi's.
That's
right
what
now,
we were doing, but I don't know if that's gonna continue, because like I was around a lot of people like when I was working. You know what I mean? Like,
that's what I was gonna say though. Like, wouldn't your whole team basically have to get like tested and off for like whatever the time is?
Again, I don't know 100% of the details, but that's what I imagine. Like when I think about what happened to me, like that's what I think is gonna go down.
Oh yeah, no, like I'm sure you don't, but you shouldn't feel bad because you didn't know you had it. You weren't exposing it, knowing you had it. And this just goes to show to businesses that are open, this is the risk y'all willing to take. Like, if y'all willing for all of us to come into work, and then everybody got to take a week or two off because y'all wanted us to come to work, then that's the price y'all got to pay for being closed for another week or so. You know what I'm saying? And I can see people like feeling bad, like even when I had to get tested the first time, like me and my store manager, like we both couldn't go to work, and then they had to close for a week. But fam, like told us to come back to work, so it's like this is part of it that that you guys are risking, while only bringing back a certain amount of people at the same time. So it's like it's tough for everybody. So it is what it is at that point. But yeah, I mean, if we're talking about businesses that are open, let's talk about one that is about to open, AMC Theaters is
Dog.
opening, I believe, August 20th, and they're doing 15-cent movies.
It's fucking good.
Now, I know that there is like margins of like what's actually going to be that much or what's going to be more expensive. So I think Asiel or Jose, you guys have more details on it. So what are they actually doing?
Oh, Jose, goddamn. I didn't look it up.
It's like specific movies.
I think
You
the
told me to look
first-
up
the
movies,
first
but
day-
I didn't look up details
Yeah.
about it.
I think the first day is 15 cents, and then I think that's
But
just
it's
to
for-
open, and then
it's for
I think
specific
it goes
movies
back
though.
to
Like
normal.
it's
the
not.
first-
It's
Yeah.
not. Yeah, it's not new
It's-
movies
it's
that are
for
coming out. It's
movies-
movies that are in their like library or whatever.
Or like movies we've seen, like Black Panther. I know they're doing Inception for the 10-year anniversary.
They're doing Star Wars, Back to the
Star
Future.
Wars, Back to the Future, Beauty and the Beast. Just like old movies like from 2 to 5 years ago. That's what they're putting. No new movies are gonna be $15, but I mean 15 cents.
15 cents.
Which is pretty sick because I always tell myself like damn, wouldn't it have been so cool to see that movie in theaters or something like that? Like imagine getting to see like Empire Strikes Back in theaters, like having that feeling, like that'd be so sick. So I'm definitely gonna
What are you
watch.
talking about? Every movie that he just named that came out in theaters.
I know, but I'm saying we were too young to experience them in theaters. I
Black
say
Panther?
I catch
You
myself
said
saying all the
Star
time.
Wars. You said Back to the Future.
I said Back to the Future, Empire Strikes Back, which came out in the 80s. So none of us were even a thought yet. I say to myself all the time, I was like, damn, I wish I could go back to see that movie. So it would be cool to go see a movie that I really enjoy in theaters that came out so long ago.
Well, you're AMC A-list, so you got to be there.
Yep, I get charged on the 28th. I already
Jose gets 11 cent, or he gets 11-cent
a
movie.
second, but I'm about it. I love my AMC A-list. You can now you can go sign up now.
Yeah, I heard it's gonna be
So, yeah.
30% capacity though for in theater.
I mean, it had to be something like that, though. There was no way they were gonna let just like the whole thing.
No,
fill
yeah.
up,
I thought it would be at least 50, but when I saw 30, that's a lot.
That's lit.
I wonder how it's gonna. I mean, it's probably just gonna be the same as like the app. Like you just go reserve it. You just have to be the first one.
I saw like how it is basically the same way you would reserve a movie. So if you click on one seat, two seats next to you and 2 seats to the right are gonna be canceled off, unless you're like with a date. If you put 2 together, then 2 up there and 2 to the left is gonna get canceled off.
I like that.
Once I don't like that. One seat is one seat to my right, one seat to my left.
No, two seats.
2, yeah.
Like 2 seats to the right is gonna be off, and 2 seats to the left. So it's gonna be 2 seats of space every time from the
But
left
if you
and
go
right.
with somebody, you guys can sit together.
Yeah, that's what I said. If you go with somebody,
But our crew goes 20 deep. We're the whole capacity right there.
That's the whole room.
so like
That's 30%
I don't know
right
how much people you could put in one thing, but every person like you put in a row, the last person on each row is gonna be 2 away from each other. So that's
So how does that work for like a premiere? Like if Tenet were to come out, like how fast do you have to be to get to the app and
Quick.
if
reserve?
it's 30%, that's like
Yeah, but they're probably gonna just put it in a bunch of their screens,
yeah, like move.
so they'll add way more screens.
Yeah, like the theaters that have like 24 screens to show, they'll probably put it like more there and stuff like that.
They're also releasing a lot of movies that came out on demand, like while we were in quarantine. They're also putting them out there, so if you wanted to see that, like first day and stuff like that.
And they're
Yeah, I wonder how they're gonna capacity the whole theater though, because okay, you can let 30% in a room, but that doesn't mean that all 30% of each room we're all still going to be in the hallway, like getting food and going to the bathroom, and so like how does that work? Like
I'm sure they'll separate. I'm sure they'll separate the times as much as they can. Obviously, they're gonna overlap, but I'm sure they'll do what they can with those times. I don't think they're gonna book 4 or 5 movie theaters like at once because they know the risk. But
they can as long as they just do it right, getting it like because if there's 24 rooms, I mean 10 of those rooms could be filled. It's just how you get the people there is really the the problem. Like I'm sure they'll figure it out, but that is a question to ask because everybody does want to go get food and stuff like that.
Even if there is food in a line, it'll most likely be 6 feet apart. Waiting.
Yeah, they'll have those stickers
like
on the floor or something where like stand here.
Yeah, man, those stickers, man, they save lives, dog. You feel me? The fuck out of here! We work at a mall. Ain't nobody fucking with a sticker.
It's not gonna work. They're gonna have them, but it's not.
But do you guys have that? The
Oh yeah,
that's
every
everywhere.
store.
Yeah, but
I get confused with those two. I don't even know if I stand past it in the box or do I stand on the
on
sticker?
it?
I don't know.
and
We have stickers in my
away.
store with arrows, so people like try to even follow like the arrows that we have. But no, I know what you're saying. I'm just joking around, Jose.
they need to put that either way. That's part of the liability thing.
That's like legally.
Yeah.
Legally, we have to put this here.
Like I picture like how you remember when we used to do premieres for like movies and they have the stanchions like coming out the theater.
The good old days.
Like I feel like they're gonna have to do something like that and then put the stickers 6 feet between everybody.
Yeah, the probably are gonna do that, but you just can't be like huddled up or together if you don't know the person.
Break.
That's how Disney is. Disney's open and it's just like that with the same stickers and there's lines in those rides. They do the same thing.
I think they should limit the concession stand. I think they should limit it to you get popcorn or soda. That's it.
Nah,
Nothing else.
Oh, like the menu.
Yeah, like you can only get.
I think that,
yeah, but at a movie theater
beforehand. Yeah,
at a movie theater, that's how they make their money with the food. That's why it's expensive. Cause
they're trying to make whatever they can. And I mean, if you want to, I would avoid all the other things. If you want to eat beforehand somewhere else.
I'm saying that.
Yeah, I don't think they'll have the whole menu available.
I don't think they're gonna take out the menu because like that's like the loophole when you're in the movie theater because you're supposed to wear their mask all times when you're watching the movies, but you have to take if you're gonna eat, you can take it off while you're sitting down. So
no, I know, but what you're not taking into consideration is every business is taking the L no matter if they're open or not. Like if you go to the retail, fitting rooms aren't open. Like it is what it is, but they're not gonna bring their full staff. So there's not going to be the same amount of people in the concession.
I get it. That's how it is at restaurants too. Like some restaurants have limited menus and stuff like that.
Yeah, like, I don't think they'll have like chicken fingers or food that they actually have to cook. Like I think they're just depends on popcorn. I just think they're trying to get you in and out as quick as possible. Popcorn, snacks, or whatever. Like,
and let's be real. Like, when was the last time you saw more than 2 registers open in a fucking movie theater? Like, them shits are always like just 2 stacked up.
And I don't even buy food at a movie theater. Very rarely would I get a popcorn. One in probably every 6 times I'll get. Not even.
AMC nachos, bro.
I don't get drinks. I don't get anything at a theater, anyways.
Yeah, I used to get, but now I don't get anything.
I got the mixed popcorn, the cheddar and the.
Well, you probably get like an 80% discount with your AMC
A-list
membership.
$5 free every week. Rewards.
$5 free every week.
Yeah.
Are you serious? That's crazy. Damn.
It's weird because like. Back in the day, like we used to like get McDonald's first and then like sneak in like
for the big
chickens and shit.
Man, Pete, well, I'm with McDonald's, but he still be sneaking in food. Like literally, we'll stop at a gas station and he'll be seen just hide everything.
I've had full meals in theaters.
That's like a mango.
You snuck in a whole meal?
Yeah, all the time.
But it has to be like McDonald's.
If I know no one's gonna like, it's not gonna be like a huge.
It has to be like McDonald's, right? Like it can't be. Like
I brought in.
That's what we've done.
Chipotle.
You brought in Chipotle.
I brought in sushi into a theater.
No, you have
a full sandwich. Jersey Mike's
Craig's back there shaking the fucking.
The Why would I lie about this? I have.
You brought in sushi. You're eating the chopsticks and everything.
No, he's making
I eat with my fingers.
Word.
Well, that's
straight getting kicked out.
Wait, where did you put this sushi?
That's if I know the movie's not going to be packed. But if it's like a premiere or something, I'm not bringing
food? Where do you put your food?
What?
Where do you put your food?
In his hat.
Where do I put my food? Yeah. I wear a sweatshirt and I put it in the little pouch. I put my hands like I have I'm holding my hands.
This man got Chipotle in his pouch, boy. You're dirty.
That might be wearing a triple XL. That thing fits.
This is why I see the most I've done because of that.
I'm not gonna lie, I've done it. I've snuck a burger in through my hat before.
Yeah, I've seen it before.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I've done it.
Do they still let book bags in or like bags like that?
Yeah, no. Movie theaters are the most dangerous places.
It depends on what movie theater, but they sometimes check. But
yeah, because when we were in high school, me and my friend Muhammad, we used to put Chick-fil-A in the bag and everything. That's when we had a full meal for sure.
Crazy, dog.
That's crazy. How is that not crazier than what I'm bringing in?
Because it's fried chicken. You got a roll, lettuce, avocado, fucking shit. You got meat, all the meats.
The full meal.
This bag of
Good eating.
Bring out a whole steak.
What? It's extra guac.
A good meal in a movie. Come on.
He's like, I'll give you some. I'll give you some.
I mean, nothing beats that.
Nah.
If they were, that'd be a
Well,
great idea.
have you? They have that. They have movie theaters with like dining.
Reasonable prices.
I have a
Though,
theater
for it.
by me
Yeah.
that does
I'm
that.
not trying to pay $80 for a burger and
No,
soda.
No, it's expensive. It is
I
That's
have
what
a
I'm
expensive.
theater
saying.
with a
It-
Pizza Hut inside.
it depends on the one because there is an AMC that is a dine-in AMC. The ticket is actually cheaper, but the food is like regular food. Like a burger is like $14.
Mm-hmm.
So like
I've
I
been
know. I know.
For me,
I
for a
picked
burger.
was like the first one to do it.
yeah, but that's a more expensive one. If you think.
But even then, like I've only seen people eat it like in the outside and then go watch a movie with like a beer or some shit like that. I never actually saw somebody like
Dolphin Mall had a theater that was like
have it too. Yeah.
yeah, like you pay for it and then they
Yeah.
serve it to you
Yeah.
like when you go sit down in the movie. That was crazy.
Can you imagine if you had like, if you could go order like a $5 burger, a nice burger
where
at a movie theater?
it,
At a
wouldn't,
movie
it would
theater.
never happen. A
I'm
$5
saying- that's what I
is
said.
for the drink. That's it.
That's what I said. Can you imagine?
Can you imagine?
Imagination.
AKA, it's a hypothetical.
Yeah, probably in the 1940s.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
Jose doesn't want to think of a more beautiful one.
I see. You gotta think about it because I'm telling you, the food. That's why it's so expensive. They make their money off food.
Why do you guys have to imagine when you could just sneak
I
a
call-
chicken inside?
This guy with the sneaking.
Because then you don't have to sneak it
You can get 5 burgers for $5.
in. Then you don't have to.
You
sneak
guys
it
are
in.
ruining Asiel's hypothetical. The point is you buy cheap food at the movie. That's the
Yeah,
whole point.
yeah.
but there's a realistic
That's it.
aspect where you can sneak 5 cheap burgers inside.
You don't have to sneak it though. What if they teamed up with like Chris said? There's
Teamed
a Pizza
up.
Hut in there of a movie
Yeah,
theater. You can go
go
with like
collab.
a Five Guys,
They come
The
inside.
new off-white McChicken.
a food court inside a movie theater.
Oh lord.
Yeah, but they have stuff like that though.
I'll be lit.
But
My AMC
not
has
not
slot
here, not next to us, but they do.
So I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna be the crazy one. So who's actually gonna go to watch these movies in theaters?
If I had a third hand, I'd put it up.
You guys are nasty, man.
As soon as I
That
get
fucking
that
meme dog
COVID
is so
negative.
funny. The movie ticket 15 cents, popcorn $10, COVID-19.
Yo, but here's a better question though. For those of us that are going, what movie are you watching?
Tenet.
Anything I like.
Empire Strikes
Anything I
Back.
assume I like. I mean, I don't care for Star Wars. so
Inception.
not that. I'll definitely
Uh,
go for Inception.
Nobody's
Chris,
trying to
you're
watch
gonna
Back
go
to the
risk COVID for movies you've already seen? Dog, you're on some other shit, dog.
Hell yeah. You know how
You
much
were sounding crazy off of a little cold inside of belly. I don't even want to see you in COVID.
I love the movie theaters. dog. I live there. I would go at least 3 times a week.
Yeah, I feel you when there's not a pandemic going on.
Yeah,
I
but
got a whole.
they,
but
they,
what?
they took the proper precautions. They're taking the proper precautions.
Chris,
Yeah,
you
so
I'm
did
gonna be
we.
there
and
sniffing
Still
the
half of
fucking
us got
seat.
it.
Nah.
I'm
You
gonna
think Manny was sniffing somebody's seat? The fuck?
I'm gonna wear my
The
mask.
only
I'm
reason
gonna
why
watch
I'm
the
not-
movie, I'm gonna leave.
Oh, you're like my mom now. The mask is Jesus, and it can like the mask doesn't do shit. If I
So,
fart,
like-
you can still smell it. But what I think with your case is a little bit better because I know you do live in Jersey, so I know the cases aren't the probability is less for you to actually contract it. But
But
I just think it's funny how you guys are so quick to it though. Like shit, I didn't even think
well,
about it.
Nah, I don't have to think
I
about
thought
it.
Even
about
the
it
You
when I
haven't
was-
even
I'm
eaten
also-
outside yet.
When
Me?
you've
You haven't
been
even dined
deprived
in.
of movies
Me?
for like and
Yeah.
because if it's such a
I
regular
haven't
thing
been
that you
invited.
do like what I did.
Uh-oh. He turned it on us.
This guy with the depressing.
If anyone says you want to go eat, I'm like, yeah. But nobody.
Because
tells
I
me
was
to.
like, oh, I said you haven't even dined into in a restaurant yet, which is kind of like the first step of like stepping out of like the crib. And he's like, I haven't been invited.
No, what I was saying is that when it's so regular, like in your life, like I literally would go 3 times a week because I love movies that much, and you've been deprived of it. It's like the same thing with sports. It's like imagine you're allowed to go to like a Heat game now, but your
In a heartbeat.
seats are separated or something like that. You wouldn't go.
It wouldn't even have to be against a team I liked. It could be Heat, Wizards, and I'd be out there.
I don't think there's anything I love that much that I would go that I don't have. I could just wait on it. And you could. I know you're about to say Kanye, Chris Brown. I don't give a fuck. I will not risk it. I wouldn't do it.
He was gonna say.
Like I have seen. I don't know if you guys saw a picture. And I'll probably pull it up. A state just like opened up they did their first concert, and then they showed you how they had people like.
Oh, I did see that. Yes, and it was like people.
They kind of.
I saw.
Yeah, they kind of like barricaded every group. Interesting idea, but again, it's not the setup; it's how you get to the setup, right? So there's 150 people out there, like in the fucking festival, and everybody is in their own little spot. But as soon as that festival is done, you got to go through all those 150 people back to your car, and that's where it gets like tricky.
Okay, John. So I have a question for you, because you make it seem like nothing will do, or nothing will really stop the cause of the virus while going out or something like that. So if you're opening up a theater, what precaution would you take that would make you feel comfortable with going to a movie?
Wait, I was confusing.
I'm saying because like you don't really see a fix, or like a scenario where the virus doesn't spread when you're outside or something like that. So say yourself, you are running the movie theaters all over the world, and to prevent it as much as possible, what would you do to try to cause the less spread as possible, or the safest way possible to go to theaters?
Well, if you tuned into our podcast 10 minutes ago, I just gave that whole spiel. Like, I was saying, like, how would you? I said that they would have to go back to like the DXC like Yeezy line, like outside of the theater, and then time zone spread. First of all, I don't agree that you should open up places like that. So my first fix is just to not open it. But if you're asking me, that's that. There's no way. Well, there's people that are getting it thinking they're good and took every precaution, wore every mask, wore every glove, had hand sanitizer on deck, like the dude from the Cat in the Hat. And like people are still getting it. So it's like, I understand the aspect of, you still have to live your life, you know what I'm saying? And if you let the scareness of the pandemic get to you, that could also mentally mess you up long term. So I do recognize that for sure. But at the moment, and I'll just speak for myself, there's nothing that I miss that much. Do I miss things? Of course. We used to chill 4 or 5 days out the week. You know what I'm saying? Like all of us, whether it be going to somebody's house or going out to a restaurant. But also working at the mall might have messed me up too, though, low key, because I feel like I'm too exposed out there. So maybe if I was at the crib a little bit more, then I would feel the need to want to go out to more places that are kind of like, that I could do and be active. But because I work at the mall 5 days out the week and see the fuck up in person, now I'm like, okay, no, that turns me off. That's what I'm saying. Like, see how careless people are not wearing their masks, because you are going to be as precautious as you can be, but that doesn't mean that the people around you are. And it only takes that one person to fuck you over. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I agree with you that, you have to live life the best you can, but because I'm out here like 5 days out the week and see like every opportunity that this can be spread, I'm like, fuck, like, because I'm cool at the crib, you know what I'm saying? But
I feel you. I mean, you're definitely more exposed than I am, because you're out there working and doing retail and all that stuff. So you see more people and more lines and more crowds than I would. So I would understand why you're a little more paranoid. But you gotta be paranoid in this pandemic, because like Manny got it and he wasn't really sure how he got it, but obviously he has his theories. But anyone can get it at any given moment, no matter how safe you are.
And that's kind of like the reason why I'm like okay with going to the movies, because it's like at this point, bro, like it's unavoidable, dog. Like if you're gonna get it, you're gonna get it. You know what I mean? Like, and as long as they're taking the proper precautions, people are masked up.
That's the thing, man. You got it, and God, thankfully, you got it the way you got it. But what if it hits you worse? What if you spread it to your parents? You know what I'm saying? Like, would you have that same energy if it were to like relapse in that sense?
Yeah, but anytime anytime I go to my parents' house, like it's never directly after an outing, and I wouldn't go to my parents' house directly after going to the movies. Like I would go home, wash up, and then go to my parents' house. You know what I mean? Like, so that's pretty much what it is.
I think I'm more comfortable, John, because I think I know the way that I am. Because even though I don't seem like it, I am still paranoid about the pandemic. So when I am out in public, I do take the proper precautions that they tell us to do, where like try not to touch too much stuff, don't touch your face and shit like that. Even though you can get the virus regardless of what you do.
Yeah, if it touches your skin, like it doesn't matter.
I personally take myself. I take really good care of myself. Like cover myself up as much as possible. I'm just not. I don't do stupid shit like grab stuff that I know is dirty and like with the handles. I'll grab like this or open it like that with like my elbow. Shit like that. I'm conscious like that. Maybe that's why the virus is spreading so much. But I know when I go and shit like that, like I'll be as careful as I could possibly be.
That's the key word, possibly. Like, you're human, so you're gonna mess up. Like, you think when I'm at work, I'm not trying to be as like careful as I want to be, but then you get so caught up in the routine of like having the customers and helping them that you might fuck around and go like this, and you're like, I touched my face, and now my whole face is done for like the next 2 weeks.
Chop it off.
But let me show you guys. This is the picture of like the concerts.
It's like a wedding.
Interesting.
Like, let me show you the little video.
That's a start.
Yeah, so everybody has like little booths.
I fuck with the setup, but it's just like how you get them there and how you get them out of there. I guess is kind of like I need to see that part of it.
No, yeah,
but it is interesting.
Definitely, that part, the getting in and getting out of it, is definitely someone's gonna get it from there. But
but I could also see him doing like an airplane, like a row A, walk first.
It'll
like,
take 3 hours to get out. Or get in.
Yeah.
But it is kind of cool. Like everybody is like basically their own VIP like section. So in that sense, it is cool, and it is good to see like they are trying to follow these rules and not just fucking up and gather up everybody at once. Like there still have been concerts that people have been together. Like there's nothing out. Like I've seen videos of that, and that's not looking good. But I like how these people are going that route. And like with the movie thing, the movie theater itself are taking all the precaution it can be. Like the movie theaters were supposed to open like last month, but since like all these new cases and all these new fears kept getting pushed back. So like I'm happy to see like they are trying to implement these rules, and like they're making you at least wear your mask and do all these things. And like I'm not saying it's 100% you're not gonna get it there. Like it's anything's inevitable, but
it's gonna happen. Universal, same thing.
I just say anyone who does go, just be careful. Like just try to do the best, because it's tough out there. But like I personally, from those things that open up right away, seeing it now, like I don't want to be like the guinea pig. Like it sounds kind of bad because you guys want to go the first day it opens up.
No, but that's dead ass though.
But that's just me personally. But.
I get it. Nobody follow me. Guys, don't go. I got it.
I'm gonna go with you. I'll say I got you.
But all power to y'all if y'all do go. But like
it's a different story. Also, if there wasn't shit to watch in theaters, like they're literally gonna release Tenet, Christopher Nolan movie that has been anticipated for this whole year, pretty much. It would be different if there was like opening up and it was just some movie.
Well, they're not opening.
But I think the whole world,
not the first day.
Is looking forward to this movie. So,
but not the first day. They're not opening that up.
Or like the following week or something like that, right? September.
You really?
September,
I mean, I know Chris feels this way because you love Christopher Nolan, but I don't feel this strong about this movie. I will watch it, but I'm not like I have to see this movie.
I have to see it
because I saw the trailer and I'm like, well, we kind of get it, we kind of don't get it. We know it's gonna be a good movie.
I'm interested, honestly. Like, I'm kind of with you, John. Like, I think maybe I'm a little more excited, but like, I want to see how Pattinson does in this movie. That's pretty much why I'm interested. Like, I don't doubt that it's gonna be good. That's the guy that's playing Batman.
Twilight.
Yeah, it's Twilight.
why are you interested to see his performance specifically?
Well, the thing is, like, I've never really seen him in a whole lot of other shit. I know you guys have recommended me movies, but like, I haven't really seen like anything that he's in. And,
Jose
like,
recommended you movies.
Yeah, sorry, Jose recommended.
I don't recommend.
Yeah,
you guys did with the.
I got some recommendations. I can give you some good Robert Pattinson.
Text me on the side. I believe you. I'll text me on the side. But since like this is the first movie that he's gonna be in since he was announced as Batman, I want to see like kind of like how his acting chops kind of work out. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Deja vu. I feel like I remember this exact conversation.
Yeah, I've definitely said this before.
But we also had this conversation for what's his name, the main actor, Denzel Washington's son.
I always forget his name. I know you're talking about that. Yeah, buddy from.
We had this conversation too. Like we want to see how he's gonna do as well. So that's why the conversation is probably familiar. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I also don't be getting excited for shit anymore, like just across the board. So I guess that's that too. But yeah, like I definitely, I definitely like what Jose said though. Like I open that shit up. Let me hear what happens 2-3 weeks later, and then I'm sure they'll fix or add or take out things that worked that didn't work, and then maybe it'll make me feel a little bit more comfortable go out there.
I'm gonna vlog my experience.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll get views for sure.
I should do it.
If they let you, unless you do it like on some location.
You're bringing a camera into the movie theater, sir. Do you
Just
not remember the rules?
Oh, that's true. Where the Snapchat glasses that Jose has. But that'll be lit though. Like he doesn't have to show the movie, obviously, but just like the process of like getting to the room, a lot of people would definitely want to see that. Because people did it for Disney. I mean, I know it's a different atmosphere, but
yeah, I'm sure
people are
I'm
like,
sure
"Oh, look."
Yeah, I'm sure they'll do it too.
Maybe I'll do it.
I'm sure the employees will definitely capitalize, or the company will do it as well.
Now,
just to show
would
how
safe. Would you go alone, Chris, or would you go with like group?
Oh no, my brother with Manny.
Oh yeah.
We've been planning this shit for some time. We're both really excited for the movies to open up.
So what movie are you gonna see?
Tenet.
Empire Strikes Back. The first day when it opens.
Empire Strikes Back or Inception, whichever one they're playing that first day. I'll be there first day 100%.
I think Inception opens the next day, the 21st. But
so whichever one opens first, I'll be there.
When does Back to the Future open?
Same day, 20th.
Same day?
I'll be there too.
Fucking lit.
Well, speaking of movies, and we're still on this topic, did you guys see that the last Blockbuster is actually going to become an Airbnb stay-in?
That's fire.
What?
Did I see this?
Yeah.
You didn't know, man?
That's lit.
I
feel like I might have seen this somewhere else. But I saw somebody send something with Blockbuster, but I forgot what it was.
Yeah, it's still gonna have its like collection like on the rails and stuff, but then there's gonna be like a living room set up and I believe a bed set up. I love the idea, but that shit is still scary as fuck, boy. What the fuck?
Yeah,
that shit is like in the plaza. Like
I saw it, like, and they have like windows you can see in through them. That's kind of weird. I don't know how that's gonna work.
They'll probably adjust that, but they'll probably like close the windows off
the windows or something,
or have curtains.
They'll figure that out. But I think that's an awesome idea. Keep the memory alive. Keep it going, and making it look like it's open or something like I love that. Blockbuster is my childhood. Dog.
Yes, when I was younger, dog, there were so many, not even movies, dog. There's so many video games I got put on because of Blockbuster, bro. Like Earthworm Jim, I played because of Blockbuster.
Yeah.
The original, like Pokemon Red and Blue, I played because of Blockbuster. Like,
and it was fun because the experience just going there. It was a fun time just going to Blockbuster, renting a game or movie, and just
pick a movie. Yeah,
that whole experience was good.
Bro, I got a bunch of Blockbuster cases. I saved from the ones that I didn't return.
Yo, you steal everything.
I saved those, dog. I got it. I got
the maniac.
Those cases are gonna go for thousands in the future.
I love the idea of Blockbuster, but I didn't really grow up with Blockbuster.
I did.
Well, you talk about the store in general or the Airbnb?
In general, Airbnb, I gotta see it. I didn't see any pictures of it, so it sounds cool. But until I see the pictures, I don't want to be walking around in like Five Nights at Freddy's and shit like that.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, imagine. Obviously, I don't know how much it is. I don't know like what the requirements are, but I think it would be cool if you can like have access to every movie. like you can literally get up and like pick out your movie and watch it and then put it back.
I didn't even think of that. That's
first person that stays, 80 movies gone. Well,
right. Well, that's what I was gonna say though. Low key, that might make it stupid expensive because they're kind of taking that risk of you having so much accessibility.
I heard it's like the first couple of people that stay in is gonna be super cheap, like ridiculous cheap. I saw like probably like 20
No way,
bucks.
Dad.
Yeah.
All right. There's no way.
Those are gonna be
Yeah,
people that
The
they plant
first
there.
couple people. I don't know how it's gonna be
They
after
plant
that.
there.
Yeah, those are gonna be paid off people. Oh, come stay here and then give
Oh,
a fake
yeah. Leave a review.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instagram,
Log their
Instagram
experience.
people.
But
Jose,
That's
it's talking
an
about
awesome
a location in the plaza
No,
that
but I
pays
mean-
thousands of dollars.
But I mean, like
for rent?
I said, the first couple of people, like that's what the article said. Like it's gonna be really cheap for the first people who book it, and then after that, I don't know what price they're gonna put for that.
Is it in a plaza, John, or is it its own?
Yeah,
Own
it's-
building?
It just says the last blockbusters. I'm
Yeah, it's
assuming
the
it is
very
in that
last
plaza.
blockbuster. So it's
Because there are blockbusters that are just by themselves. They're not in a plaza. It's still creepy though, because it's in an area where people are driving and turning all the time. So
Mhm. Yeah. So for me to go, we would have to go deep. Like I wouldn't just go me and my girl. I would we would have to go squatted just for the experience, but also the safety, the safety part of
that's
it.
like that'd be like a tourist spot, right? So people are gonna know you're there.
That's what I'm saying.
So people just gonna be camped out outside waiting.
So the
for
security has to
people.
be.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
yeah, but give these people like a month or two, and people like vlogging their experience and seeing how it is. It's just gonna be dumb expensive. They're gonna have like a bunch of security, a bunch of cameras looking at all times, so people can't steal movies and shit like that. Like they're gonna make it really nice because they're gonna overprice the shit out of people staying there. The last blockbuster.
Yeah, but we're talking about for like privacy reasons though. Like everybody knows that that's just like people are in there, so that could turn out bad because people could just start, robbing like
outside for
or
the people
something.
staying there.
Right.
Or rush the place.
Yeah,
So it sounds like a good idea, but let's see how it unfolds.
I'd do it.
Oh, here we go. Anything
Life
movie
stuff.
he's out there.
I'm more worried about staying at that blockbuster than going to the movies. I'll say that. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll say.
I agree with that. I still do it though.
It is a cool idea if they actually, roll it out the right way with like the precautions, the arrangements of it. Because imagine like if they put a huge screen and you are available to have access to every movie and you could just like play one after the other, and like they have like a couch pit or some shit like that. Like it'll be pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll spare no expense since it's pretty much their last one, and they have nothing else to do. So they'll probably make it super nice.
Before we get off, it's like a quick movie note. You guys heard about that Mulan movie? She's gonna go straight to Disney Plus or
Yeah,
is it
it is.
Disney Plus?
Hey, dog, for real?
Fam, you see the price of that bullshit?
Yeah, it's like 20 or 30, right?
Did you see the trailer for that
$30.
bullshit?
The what?
I'm sorry.
The
What's
trailer
20
for
or
that
30?
bullshit?
They're releasing it on Disney Plus for $30.
Got me fucked up. If you think I'm watching any movie for $30,
The app isn't even $30.
Your word. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, how would they do that if it's a subscription thing?
Word.
They'll probably put it in one section where you can buy it and
in-app purchase. I can see that, but
yeah,
that's fucking ridiculous.
They'll make its own section.
The reason why they put it $30 is because once you do it, like multiple people could watch it. Yeah, so like
I get
and
it.
the ticket price is what $10.
100%
No, I know. I wouldn't do it either, but I'm saying like that's the way they're seeing it. So like
it's not
You
that
should
I
be able
don't
to own it
understand
too
it.
after.
The
If you're
problem
paying $30, you should own it after you buy it.
the problem with
a
it
good
being
point, Chris.
$30 is that it's this movie. Was anybody hyped for this movie?
There are
Everyone saw the
people
trailer and
that
were
were
hella
hyped for it.
I didn't even care.
Crazy.
I am not one of these
Mulan that much,
people,
to be
but I
honest.
knew a
Like
lot of
crazy.
people that were because like Mulan is a huge movie. Like people just we're gonna watch it just because they love the original one. You know what I mean? But
Nothing
I
about this
wasn't
movie
gonna
seems
watch
like
it.
it's like the original one, except
Well,
the very
yeah.
base of the story.
well, you're talking
And
about the
I don't
original
think Mushu was
cartoon.
on there either.
he's not. That was
Yeah.
confirmed. Once
But
I
Mushu,
heard
no
about that, I
singing?
was like, I think I'm good.
If I can't hear "Make a Man Out of You" in theaters or in
Now,
the
here's
movie,
the
I'm not
thing.
watching it.
I'm not
I'll
forgiving
move on
it.
without that.
I'm not forgiving it, but the thing with this movie is that it's based like more on the original story of Mulan than like the Disney version of it. But the story I like is the Disney version. So like
Yeah,
I don't
nobody cares
I don't,
about the actual stuff.
word, yeah. Like I'm good off that, dog.
We didn't grow up with that.
And like, yeah, Chris made a good point, or whoever said it, that multiple people could watch it off of $30. But let's not act like we don't live in an age where we could just go on Fire Stick, and after that shit comes out one time, I could just go stream it somewhere.
Yes.
So they're also competing with like the hackers
Yeah,
of like
let's not say this too loud.
shit.
And not only that, but fam, that movie is eventually gonna be free on Disney Plus. Like eventually it's gonna be there. So you want me to pay $30 to watch something that if I wait a while, it's gonna be free on here. Like,
I'm surprised
is it even cheaper for people who own Disney Plus? Because that's fucked up to the people who have it.
It's $30.
It's like I pay this shit monthly, and y'all still gonna make me pay what somebody else is gonna pay.
Word, bro.
I'm really surprised they are releasing it this way because they fought hard to try to release it in theaters.
But I don't understand why
every movie's fighting hard to go get a release.
But I'm saying like they fought hard not to release on Disney Plus. Like they
probably couldn't afford.
They weren't gonna do it
to put it in the theater.
Really,
that's a big draw.
Yeah, but Disney
like a lot of your money
relies.
Well, I mean, maybe that's why they're doing it through there. That was like their last resort, but
$30, dog. Like this is the thing.
Dog.
People would pay. The only people that would see paid $30, which I don't see, but would be spoiled kids now. But the people who care about the movie mainly is like our age because we grew up in that time where it came out, and we're not about to pay $30 for that shit. The fuck?
Well, is this to buy or rent?
I'm assuming
if it's for rent, we gotta fade somebody.
Oh, boy, we're going to Disney right now. If it's to rent. If it's to rent,
I've seen VOD movies that have come out because they couldn't be in theaters for $20 rent.
That is fucking ridiculous, dog. That's ridiculous.
I'm telling you,
$20 for a movie.
I will never do that. To rent
for
it.
A theater? You think I'm gonna pay $20 for my 55-inch?
No, word. I see it.
For a movie with a trailer that's not even convincing you.
But that's the thing, like that's how VOD movies are gonna be now. Like they're not gonna be cheaper than $20 or $30.
Well, they're gonna definitely see that this rollout is not gonna work out, and then they're gonna have to be like, maybe we should rethink the price.
It's working out with some movies, like with
it depends on the movie.
Yeah, it
like
does.
If you give me like a crazy good movie, then or someone like a director I trust or something like that, then I'll pay the 20. Still, I don't know about 30.
Yeah,
I gotta be
like,
it
depends. I don't know if there's any director I love that much.
It would have to come with other perks.
I would pay the $30 if it's a movie I really care about.
The only way $30 is unspeakable.
Chris
to me.
is not saying that.
I would do it. Yeah,
Chris needs help.
Yeah.
if there's no other resort of seeing Tenet and I gotta pay $30,
no.
Yeah, I'll do it.
You know this movie, though. This movie better be
the only way
the best movie that ever came out.
Yes. The only way I would pay $20, and this is still a big if, is if it's like a movie that I'm pretty sure it's gonna be great, and it's in a theater like what's that theater in Lakes that's more expensive but it looks amazing?
Adobe.
Like if it's something like that and it's a movie that I know is gonna be amazing, maybe I'll stretch the 20.
Or even the IMAX theater in the Scientific Museum, like some shit like that.
So you wouldn't do it for the next Fast and Furious?
If The Rock is in it, boy, I'll pay you right now. What's up, yo? Cash App, Zelle, what you want?
So yeah, because they're planning to do that with the Fast and Furious movie when it comes out. But
all right, Fast and Furious is cutting it already with having people even still show up, so they need to relax.
No, but
they gotta pay me to watch that.
But for that,
that's what I'm saying.
For that movie, because it's with Universal, they're gonna do they said 2 weeks in the movies, and then 2 weeks, and then after that it comes out and to buy or rent.
Yeah, they're trying to do the title deal. The 2 weeks
exclusivity on AMC.
Exclusive for 2 weeks on title.
Yeah, they're trying to go that route, but I'm not with that $20 rent a movie or $30 buy a movie.
Got me fucked
like
up.
digitally.
I would buy a movie for 10.
Well,
yeah, maybe
it will never be $10.
I'll say this:
some movies came out on Amazon Prime for that price.
Well, but not for movies that are gonna be in theaters and then released like that. Like
I'll
they haven't
say
done that.
I would rent a movie if it were like me and my friends were gonna like get together and watch it and then we just split it. I think that would make it more palatable paying $20-$30.
That's why they're
trying to go that nobody's really meeting up right now. You got Manny over here. Manny only coming over.
I rent movies pretty often now.
Well, give the context for the people watching. Chris owns every subscription to every service you could possibly have, so Chris has no problem paying money for it.
Chris does not say no.
So if I'm looking for a movie and it's not on any of my subscriptions or like it's on Fire Stick.
How?
It's on
How
Fire
is that
Stick.
possible?
And
You have everything.
there are a lot of movies that aren't on the subscriptions. And if I go to a Fire Stick and it's acting out like it's laggy as shit, I'll pay $3 to watch the movie.
Yeah, but $3 compared to $30 is a big difference.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying like I'm way more like I rent movies more often now because I rather watch it in good quality for $3 than sit, lag, have to click pause, come back 15 minutes later, then click play and watch it.
Last time I rented a movie digitally was a mistake. And it was by mistake, I mean.
And that was XXX.
That wasn't.
It was
And it was
Jumanji.
Jumanji.
And it was on Cinemax.
No, it was actually.
They said.
Dad, don't look at the bill.
I used to.
Jose watches is a mistake.
That's what I used to do it in the hotels, but that was a long time ago.
All right.
That bill went up. My dad's bill.
The last time,
My dad's bill.
the last time I rented a movie, I think it was when you could rent them through the TV and you gotta like call the number.
Call the number.
You never seen that where you like go to a channel and then there's a number at the bottom.
Oh,
and
because you
like,
have
call
like
the number
direct
and then, like,
TV.
freeze it.
That's
Oh,
all.
damn.
Yeah,
That's
this
a
is
minute
like
ago.
Oh, hell
Yeah,
no.
direct
Way
TV. I
back.
never had direct TV.
Now I
Three
actually
houses
rented,
ago, I think.
like I forgot what movie it was, but it was recent. Like it was when like the shutdown first happened, and I was binging like hella movies. By the way, I need another movie to watch, but that's besides the point. So like during that time, like I remember paying for something. I forgot what it was though.
Man,
Does
you haven't seen
Redbox
Old
count?
right?
As renting?
Does what?
Say it again.
That I've done more recent. Does
Redbox?
Redbox count as renting? Redbox, yeah.
You're renting
Yeah.
a
That
dollar
I've done more
movie.
recent then. I can't remember the last time I did that, but
Redbox
I'm
is the
not
thing
doing
that
the
you go to like the convenience store or whatever, and you
Yeah, for like $1 or something.
won't go to the movies, but you'll do that.
What do you mean?
Chris,
what?
that's
What
a
are you
horrible.
No,
talking
he said that was the last thing he
He
rented.
rented.
Like,
Yeah, but I feel like that's way more dirty than a movie theater would be.
What do you mean dirty? What are you talking about?
Chris,
is a
he
long
said
time
that
ago,
that's the
Chris.
last. Yeah,
we're not saying we're gonna go do that now.
Oh, okay, all right.
Why would that
this
be
man is
dirty?
waiting
anyways?
for a loophole in this conversation.
Chris, why would that be dirty? Though?
Because people touching the cases and the keys that you got to press to return the movie or get the movie and shit like that.
Yeah, but you're around way more people at a movie theater at once.
I'm going to the fucking movies, all right, guys. I'm gonna
I
vlog
know.
the whole experience and I'm gonna let you guys know, all right?
You better go to that theater like a fucking Monsters Inc. fucking.
In the hazmat suit.
2:30.
The hazmat suit.
Guys, since I have you here,
2019.
since I have you here, and this podcast has been pretty movie direct.
Not as much as it
Here
has
we
been
go.
Kanye.
Did you
direct.
guys hear
Our music.
that the Annabelle doll escaped?
What?
The doll from the Annabelle movies, the real life doll, escaped
That's a
No,
wrong.
there's
That,
no
from
way.
being captured.
Nah.
That it was
She
being.
could have handled the quarantine either. I gotta get out. She
that
went to the
it was
movie.
being held
Yeah.
in.
Chris.
She's at AMC.
Chris, that's a rollout.
You think so?
Good.
Yes, because the
Look at Chris. Look at
the next Conjuring the next Conjuring movie is coming out.
The movie coming out?
Yeah,
There's
there's
Conjuring. I'm talking about
Look at
Annabelle.
Annabelle is part of the Conjuring.
I know it's part of it, but it's not.
That's the whole thing.
Chris.
They
think
would
the
be
third
called
movie-
Annabelle 3 or something, not
No,
the
Chris.
Conjuring.
I'm
I
telling
think the
you.
third movie is like a combined of everything.
Yeah, so that's part of like the promotion.
Interesting.
No, but keep going. The Annabelle escaped. What else?
Nah, but keep going.
Annabelle escaped. I've been seeing like a whole bunch of shit and a whole bunch of memes where like
No,
Or, like,
I've seen
escaping
some of
and
that,
stuff
but
like that.
I didn't like read that much.
That's a
into
funny
it.
rollout. I like that. That's a funny rollout.
that's a scary rollout because first of all,
What if
that
it's not a
shit
rollout?
with that doll and in those movies are based off real life events. That
There
doll
you
is
go.
not just some doll that they made fun of. That's a fucking bruja. that's a demon doll. So if that shit really
The lady
were
that-
to escape and it wasn't a rollout, that's pretty fucking scary.
What was it last year, I think, or 2 years ago? The lady that, like, what's her name? Lorraine Warren, or
last
whatever. She
year.
passed away last year.
Yeah, she
Rest in
passed
peace.
away. The
She
girl
tried
that
to
played
hold it down.
the character that was played in The Conjuring, the woman, is
Mhm.
based off a real life person, and she passed away last year. And that shit is scary, dog.
She held it down.
If that doll really did escape, the demons and shit that's attached to it gets. Oh my god, that's a crazy rollout. I mean, I didn't know they were making a third one. Or
They got Chris. Chris is hooked.
They got
is it the third one?
Yeah, it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like Phil said, like combination of like all the movies or something.
They already announced it.
It's basically their, how do you call it, like their Avengers or Endgame in one movie.
Their universe.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna take
Conjuring
this as a
universe.
rollout. But if I don't see a trailer or some shit within the next couple months, that dog's gonna pop up at all your crib.
I remember Patrick, what's his name? Patrick Wilson, I think. He
Yeah,
posted
Patrick.
about the movie, but then production stopped because of everything. So
The
we'll
dog
see when it comes out.
Oh, Chris, when you,
The production
when
stopped,
you have
right?
faith in God like we do, you'll be more at peace with yourself.
Okay.
But yeah, thank you for scaring our audience. Now, aside from that,
That fucking doll's out there, dog. The shit ain't a rollout. I'm telling you. They got 2 months.
It's gonna be
to
sitting
release a
next to you
trailer.
in the movie theaters.
they're definitely gonna do some shit like that for sure.
That'll be pretty lit. Now they gotta capitalize off this if it's.
All right, so I was watching The Office. What was it? Every day for the last year. And I've been meaning to ask this question because they play a game called Desert Island Movies. So for our sake, in the show they do 5 movies that you would take.
Yeah.
We'll just do 2. So if you guys had to choose 2 movies that you would take to a desert island, all time, that's it. Those are the only 2 movies you'll ever watch again. You can only take 2. If you could come up
You
with
guys
on the
surfaced
spot.
up the art.
Oh my god.
Boy, working out. The whole
Yes,
time.
La La
I
Land.
just
La La
kidding.
Land is out here.
Yeah, it's La La Land and something else for John.
For sure.
I haven't thought about the list myself, but I think it's an interesting question.
So just 2, not 5.
No, yeah, just 2. 5 will be here. We can make a whole podcast on.
Yeah.
Then, just for the sake of the podcast, and because we're trying to move on quicker than usual, I'll do La La Land and probably Inception. Those will probably be my 2.
Like that.
Actually,
I like
I'd be
those.
scared to choose Inception.
I
I would
I'll
get.
choose-
I feel like it's a rabbit hole. When you start watching that movie, that's all you can watch. You're gonna. I feel like you might lose a little bit. I mean, you're gonna lose touch with reality no matter what's out there. But with that movie,
2 of my favorite movies of all time from my island movies, which is Inglourious Bastards and Forrest Gump. So those are the 2 movies I will bring to the island.
I didn't know you liked Forrest Gump like that.
I love that movie so much.
That is a great movie.
that's an interesting choice. That made me think of Castaway, but I don't think I'd.
Yeah.
you don't want Cal?
I don't think I want to.
I was gonna say that, but nah.
Actually, you might. It's a guide, I guess. It could be a guide.
Okay, but
Nah.
I mean, I'm not gonna spoil anything for
I
anyone that
already saw
hasn't
the
seen it.
movie, so I already knew.
All right, so I'm probably. Damn it, dog. This is tough, dog.
It is tough.
2 fucking movies.
Boy, you lucky you even get to choose 2. It's island.
That's true. I'm stranded. I'm lucky to have these 2. So I gotta pick a superhero movie. So I'm gonna go with my favorite one, which is Winter Soldier as one. And then the second one, shit, dog. This is tough, man. But it's
The
That's
game
tough.
plan with The Rock.
Tooth Fairy.
I'm not gonna pick between the Rock movies, so I'm not gonna put it in there. So I can't do that to myself. Now we'll be here forever. We'll be here forever. Damn, man.
This is tough. Every time they ask
Better
it
choose.
in the, I mean, I will. Every time they ask it in the show, I'm like, damn, this is a good ass question. And
What
I
did
never
they say?
really
You remember?
They said, I don't know. I remember Pam gave some BS answer. I wanted to turn the TV off.
Pam's a bitch. Go back to our.
I told you, hey, she's evil.
Yeah, you can see why.
We had the pod. All right, for the sake of time, I'm going with Rocky 3, even though it's a toss up between that one and Back to the Future, but I'm going Rocky
You
3.
like Rocky 3 more than Rocky 4?
Yeah, I do. Of course, it's better.
And it has to be a movie. Can be like a TV show.
Movie.
All right.
TV show shooter.
Just
That's
answer
trying
the
to
question.
change the rules, bro.
Every time.
Jumanji and Love.
It can't be an album.
Actually, that was one thing I did think about. All right, so I'll say my first one. I think my first one, even though it's not my favorite Tarantino movie, I think I'm gonna go with Pulp Fiction just solely for the soundtrack.
And
That's
a Toy
absolutely-
Story movie.
That would be nice. But I was gonna go the Jose route and maybe choose something a little saucy. Maybe you alone on the island.
But
you need
it's a
something.
movie?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of one. I was just trying to think of something. Oh, maybe. Oh, I was gonna say maybe Black Swan, but
Oof.
Fish Shades of
I
Cheese.
don't. You see, you get a bit of both. You get good cinema, and then you get a little. But I don't know. I don't want to choose a mental movie because I don't want I feel like if you're stuck with that movie, it'll
You gotta
mess
see
with
it
you.
too many times.
Yeah, but I'll risk it. I'm going Black Swan. Pulp Fiction and Black Swan. Great music in both.
That's
And
a
you
great
gotta-
duo.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
See,
with.
see Jose.
I'm gonna
Say,
go
Wet and
with.
Wild.
Nah. What?
Girls Gone
Booty
Wild.
butt cheeks for.
Nah, I'm gonna go
Trilogy.
with.
We're painting Jose as the dirtiest dude on the planet.
That's
We're painting him right.
That's Chris with the OnlyFans.
No, you're the one talking about hotel
I was like,
and the
you're the
bill was
sister
high.
on this group. Get the hell out of here. You're not about to flip that shit on me. Hell no.
All right, my movies. I'm gonna pick my two favorite movies. One is comedy, and it's Ace Ventura: Pet Detective Part 2.
Hey.
And I'm gonna pick
When Nature Calls is the name.
Yeah, well, Part 2 of that one. But and I'm gonna.
Well, it's
pick,
not part 2. It's When Nature Calls.
Okay, can you let me?
What's your favorite movie? You should know.
And probably The Dark Knight. Those are the two. I could watch like all the time and not get bored.
Where are the drugs going? Oh, actually, that's Batman Begins. But you get the idea.
Where are they? Staying in the movie topics, is actually kind of interesting because this was brought up a couple years ago, and to the crew actually, and I remember this individual right next to me, which is Chris. He got really mad when I sent it.
I know what you're talking about. Dude.
If you do,
I saw this too.
Nah. Jose, choose your next words wisely.
so the Fresh Prince of
definitely
Bel-Air
saw this.
is getting rebooted as a drama series.
With the same trailer.
So yeah, so this is the trailer I sent like a couple years ago. The same director.
Chris left for real.
He is actually he got called in to film this drama series, and it's gonna be backed up by Will Smith. So yeah, so basically, if y'all don't know this director, I forgot the name, but you can look it up. It's basically he made a Fresh Prince trailer for like a movie style, like how it would be, and he just made it into like a 2-minute trailer. And basically, a couple weeks later, Will Smith saw it. He brought him onto his vlogs, and then they did a whole thing. And then a year later, they're trying to do this as a whole show, a whole drama series. So that's very interesting. Like coming from that, like just making that and then making it into reality. That's crazy.
Someone actually sent me this, like I think a couple of days ago, and I'm gonna tell you the same thing I told them, dog. And it's like, does it have potential to be good? Sure, you know what I mean. You get the right people work on it, like it has potential to be great. But I just feel like it's so unnecessary, dog. Like it's not something that like anybody asked for or needed from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So that's really where I'm at on it.
I get that, but it's not like I wouldn't say. It's not.
It's an interesting take. It's an interesting take for sure. You know what I mean? Definitely has potential. It's just hard for me to get excited for that because like you knocked it out the park with Fresh Prince the way it was. So for me to get excited for something that's the total opposite,
it's
like,
not. But this is the thing. This is not knocking off Fresh Prince. Fresh Prince is what it is, and it did what it did. Like this is just basically
acting like anything that came from something we love, it could be ruined by whatever reboot they try to do.
But this is not. This is not gonna. Even if this fails, it's not gonna ruin Fresh Prince. This would just ruin it itself.
Not directly, but it still leaves a bad taste. Like,
but just for this,
like
for
everything else that came out.
But for this itself, it's just like with any other reboot that does. We judge it off of that, but we don't judge it.
Yeah,
off,
but it's the
first.
Like the shitty reboot is attached to that legacy forever, dog. Like
but this
I feel what John's saying because like it's like with the last Airbender movie. Like it was trash. People love the original show, but that trash ass movie is part of their legacy forever, dog.
But that's the thing. Like I would only say that if it was still part of the same universe type, but this is not. This is its own separate
I'll
thing
give you
like
that. It's not gonna. It won't take away from Fresh Prince.
That's what I mean. Like
I'll give you that, but. Again, dog, it's just I don't think anybody was yammering or like craving this. Like I don't know.
Well,
I don't know what the motivation.
Well, I mean, nobody was craving it before, but like after that they did this, it obviously did spark up people to make it as a real show. So
I think they knew people would watch it.
People pick up bad shows all the time.
Yeah, I think they saw the name and they were like, yeah, people will watch this. Let's fund this. I think that's
if
more
Will likes it, then we'll be behind it. Like. I'm going off of what I saw. I didn't like the trailer. I didn't like the aesthetics of it. It didn't look appealing to me. And I would choose a reboot with Jaden Smith as Fresh Prince way quicker than I would choose what I saw actually pan out as a trailer. So even though we're not asking for one, there was rumors with Jaden playing that show. Like he was supposed to get a reboot a while ago, and nothing ever happened. But like Maddie said, like it could be good, it could be bad. But if I'm going straight off of what I saw, it looked like a parody to me. Like so, it didn't like attract me off rip. So I'm not gonna be rushing to go watch it.
They're not good. I still don't think. Regardless, I'm not watching the show just because the story doesn't. I don't care about it. I'd rather have something new.
Who
and
wants
fresh
a
than-
serious Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
And that's Chris. Yes, that's my
Who
point.
the fuck
Like,
wants that?
no
Fresh
one's
Prince of
asking for
Bel-Air
this.
is there because it's a goddamn comedy.
Yes.
The fact that this
Is it
fucking trailer came out is so stupid. I don't want a serious Fresh Prince of Bel-Air fucking show. It's Will Smith saw it
That's a good
because Will
point.
Smith's career is slowly
Oh my
going
God.
down the fucking drain. He's like, you know what? I could potentially get back into the light with this dumbass reboot, and that's what the fuck that shit's gonna be. There's no fucking reason for this reboot. Hollywood has ran out of ideas. That trailer was not good at all. I don't know who saw it and was like, oh, you know what? A serious version of Fresh Prince would be good. With the fucking
Bruh.
broke ass Will and who's gonna replace Uncle Phil? Who could possibly replace?
You know what
Uncle
this reminds me of, dog? Yo, Chris, that's a great point.
Are
Who
you
the fuck
fucking-
is gonna replace Uncle
Who's
Phil?
gonna
Yes.
Who's gonna
a
replace
great
Will
point.
Smith? It's
But this reminds me of like a couple years ago. They did like a joke.
Chris, it's a character. People play characters all the time.
Oh my God, Jose.
yeah, but Will Smith is you
That's
can't
like-
match or
That's
that's
like if Marvel. That's like if no, and this is even to a lesser
that's-
degree.
that's
This
the
would be
thing.
more understandable. But that's like if Marvel next year made a new Iron Man movie with a different person playing Robert Downey.
And they're
playing-
gonna do that.
Yes, but who the fuck is gonna fill those shoes?
Dead ass.
But that's the thing. Look at the difference with
and
that.
not only are they making
Look
a
at
new
the
show,
difference with
they're
this.
changing the fucking genre from a
Word,
comedy
bro.
to a
Like,
drama.
Look at the
this has Miss
Okay.
written all over it.
look at the difference between if they would change an Iron Man. If they would change an Iron Man, it'll still be in the same universe with all the other people in the same thing. This is its own separate thing, so it only has to be judged on this. So it's not taken
a
away.
retelling-
And I'm judging it.
It's a
It looks
Yeah,
retelling
terrible.
it's
of
a
the same
retelling.
story.
It's a
Of the
retelling
same
the story
story.
and making it a drama. That's what it is. But it's not.
It's worse because it's the same thing. Like,
But
you
that's
know what I mean?
But the thing is that it doesn't have to do with the other show. Like I said,
It has to do with the other show, Jose.
Of course,
it's called
it's-
The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
and story
The
wise.
characters are gonna be from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
In story wise,
I
yes.
understand that it's not the same show, and I understand that it can be seen as its own
Bro,
thing.
it's
But
such,
regardless
it's
of how
such
it's
an uphill battle.
the
It's
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, if
ridiculous,
this show
bro.
fails, which inevitably will fail,
Close.
it's gonna be a footnote on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air's career. It's same thing with Star Wars. Star Wars had a great
Yes.
come up, and then these movies came up.
But
And
these are directly
and
tied
I
to
I
the.
like
see-
them, and they will forever
I
be
do see
a
I do
problem.
see Jose's point to it, as in like this isn't a continuation of the old show. Like I understand that, but the thing is, like, it's such an uphill battle because that show has so many iconic characters, dog. Like, yes, like
It's
Uncle
impossible for
Phil is
us to go
iconic.
in it without comparing it.
Yes, bro. And then the people that are gonna watch this are gonna be people that were fans of the old show, more than likely. You know what I mean? Like, it's not really for a new audience, because if that
Yeah,
was the
but-
case, you wouldn't be rehashing something old. Like, so like there's Uncle Phil, there's Will, there's
Jeffrey, dog,
Carlton,
there can't be
there's
a Jeffrey
Jeffrey.
in
Like,
a
there's so
drama.
many iconic characters that you have to redo in a serious tone and somehow try to make it as good.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, imagine putting Jeffrey in a drama.
It
He's
could be any
rough.
drama. Jeffrey was serious 95% of the time.
No,
He just-
yeah, but
sarcastic
it was
jokes. If there was one
sarcastic.
person that
There's
could
a
fit in a drama, it would be Jeffrey.
yeah,
This
but
guy
it's
goes like him
different
all the
'cause
time in
it
dramas.
it was the sarcasm
Yeah,
of
it was
Jeffrey
the
that made him funny.
sarcasm.
Like, it's a little different.
Well,
But
I hate it. I hate it.
either way, it's coming out. So that's the
Either way, this shit is trash. We don't need it. Next.
go tell Will Smith that is backing up for this.
For me to watch this,
Will Smith's been making bad decisions for the last 8 years, as far as anything he's been choosing.
for me to
Sadly.
watch this, it would take a lot of people whose opinions I trust a lot, which is a handful of people, telling me it's good. It would take great reviews. Like, it would take a whole lot for me to actually
It's
want to
gonna
go
fail.
watch this, dog. Like,
It's gonna fail.
Chris is not having it. Chris is not having it.
Me, it will fail. This show
You're
will
going
be
really out on a
so
limb
bad.
there. Hot take.
Cool, Chris. The first time you said the thing, and then when Will Smith liked it.
What thing?
Which one?
When I first sent that trailer.
Yeah, I remember. And Will Smith, when you sent it, Will Smith already said that he liked it.
No,
and I
not
it.
When I first
Yes,
sent it.
yes, you did.
No, he didn't.
When you sent that, Will Smith was already on board, and he was like, he gave praise to these kids for making this trailer and shit like that.
That was literally like a month later. Because when I sent that the trailer came out, and nobody knew about it. After like a month later, that's
when I saw it, Will Smith was already. He was like, I love it. He was like, these kids killed it, and he could potentially make it a show. And that was like a few years or a year or two back.
Yeah, I remember Will Smith co-signing that a while ago. I do remember that. I don't know if it was directly after Jose sent it, but I do remember him co-signing it a while ago.
But my opinion has not changed. The show will fail terribly. Thank God for the first Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and we don't need anything else. Next.
Well, too bad it's coming out. I don't know why you're so mad about it though. Like, it's just if you don't want to watch it, don't watch it.
There's no need, dude. There's no need for this. No one wanted this. Who
That's
asked
the first
for
thing I said, dog. Nobody fucking wanted this. Nobody was asking for this.
I mean, that's a weird point because people are gonna. I mean, no, everybody's right, everybody's wrong at the same time. Like, you don't know you need something until they give it to you. So that's one way that you'd have to look at it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But my thing is just, I don't care if it does good or not. I'm not interested because we're already too attached to the original thing. So even though it's not a direct correlation, there's still principles that stem from the original idea. So there's no way that you don't bring those sentiments to the new show, because naturally you just have too much like appreciation for the first one. And again, I just didn't like the trailer. So fuck whatever's it about, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I just didn't like the trailer. I didn't find it convincing. I didn't find it like I needed to see it. So just based off of that, I'm really just not. Like Manny said, like people can, it depends like who backs it up and like nah, this is actually really good. Then of course, we'll give it a shot or whatever. But like, is there people excited for it? I don't know.
Jose, do you know if this is gonna be like based back in like the 90s, like it was with Fresh Prince, or like a more modernized version of Fresh Prince?
It's more modernized because I remember seeing a Free Meek shirt on one of the guys in the trailer, so it's definitely more modernized. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was probably because of that specific thing. Doesn't mean I feel that it is gonna be modernized, but what they're gonna do now could be completely different. What we saw in that trailer. Could be switched.
That trailer was so bad.
They're not gonna change the time.
No, I know. That's what I mean. It's gonna be modern, but like you said, like the Free Meek thing, that was a personal choice by the director.
I'm not saying that's what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
When it's gonna take place.
It's definitely take place in the 2000s.
Exactly. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be modern.
Like now.
Again, I would have been more fond of it if Jaden was doing it. Like, something like that would be a little bit easier to see. But we'll see. We'll see.
I won't.
Chris won't see.
It'll be Disney Plus for $33.
Fuck my ass, bro. Fuck out of here.
I'll sue Disney. I'll lose, but
it's not by Disney. It's Warner Brothers.
Chris alone will sue Disney. Well, we are not suing Disney.
That shit will probably be on HBO Max. I think the thing that pisses me off more is that Will is attached to this project. Like, why couldn't Will just know that he had a fucking 10 out of 10 brilliant show, funny, hilarious in the 90s? Why couldn't you just let it live, dude? Like, why couldn't you just let it be? Why do you have to co-sign just because you really don't have anything else like going for you? Like, well, he's Will Smith. Let me not say that.
That's a question for
this guy's a
Hollywood.
legend, and no disrespect to him, but the past few years haven't been the greatest for him. But like, does he think this is gonna like maybe give him a little more credibility or like something? Like, I don't know why you had to do this. It makes no sense.
He's not doing it.
Would only make sense if like he went in and like correlated teams from like the original show and
or
the new
if it
show.
was like his own passion project, it would make sense. You know what I mean? But him just like seeing this get done and co-signing it, I'm just like, I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. Off of one trailer. Unless they showed him like a season's worth of shit, And then he got to see, then he got to see it unfold, and he's like, "Nah, I'm gonna get behind that." Then maybe it would make sense for us later. But off of that trailer, like, fam, we could have shot that shit in my backyard way better.
No, let's do it. Let's get Will Smith's attention.
Hey Willie, we got an entanglement for you.
I like Get Jiggy With It. It was a good song.
Well, speaking of entanglements, Nike and Drake just released a new video.
I thought you were gonna say your dog. I was like, oh, he
My
got some more babies. Yeah, Nike.
Well,
Another entanglement for Nike.
Went over my head. But yeah, Drake dropped a new song. It's called, what is it? Laugh Now, Cry Later?
Yeah. With Lil
Baby.
That's the name of the record with Lil Durk. And he released a video. But yeah, what do you guys think about the song and the video?
Let me do my best Chris impersonation. I have no opinion because I didn't watch it or listen to it, so I'll leave this to you guys.
I like the song. Definitely a step in the right direction for Drake. It's a song I can more fuck with than what he's been releasing lately. I'm still not playing it like that, but I do listen to it time to time. The music video was dope. I had a bunch of celebrities, a bunch of cool moments with like OBJ, KD was in it, and it was cool. It was a cool video.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of similar to you, Chris. Like it was a cool song. Like it's a song that I'm sure I'll have in the rotation for a little bit. It's not like one of the best Drake songs or songs ever, you know what I mean? Yeah. But the video I thought was pretty cool. Like I don't know if it's just because the athletes, but I thought that was cool as shit, man. And then him doing the LeBron pose, like all that shit was
dope.
Yeah, that was hilarious to me, and it was clever too. So I fuck with that heavy. I think I like the video more than I like the song because the song was just okay to me. But yeah, the video was cool.
What's up, Jose OVO Jose?
Say about it. This is the greatest video and song of all time.
Jose.
I would die for Drake. Like, let's get that set.
Someone clip that.
Wow. Yeah, someone clip that for the love of God. Oh my God.
Nah, kidding. I'm on the same fence as y'all. Like, I love the video more than the song. The video was hilarious to me. Like, just he didn't take anything seriously. Like, he was crying in the corner. And then they had that whole skit like that.
Yeah, where the guy like cut him off or whatever. He was like, "What are you doing, man?" Like, that was funny.
I liked all the athletes he got there too, and like all the nods to like even Muhammad Ali underwater boxing and stuff like that, and of course LeBron James with the big ass suit. In the beginning, I didn't know.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this right now. There is no universe out there where a one-on-one with Drake and KD is anywhere near close. All right, continue.
Yeah, but I think in the video they didn't make it look.
Yeah, they showed it.
They didn't, but like just the fact that they were hooping together.
Don't step on the same court.
I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Which again is weird, because there goes KD being a snake again. Toronto just beat the Warriors, and this man is out here in a video with Drake.
Yo, word, dog.
We'll get there in a second, but let Jose get his shit up.
No, yeah, that he made it clear that like even in the football thing, he gets knocked out. Like he's just doing that for fun or whatever. That beginning scene with the new Mercedes, that was sick. Like that's a concept car that he got, and that's not released to the public. Like he got it from Mercedes, and I saw like. The whole video is shot in the Nike headquarters, like and if you notice, like that's where they do like the commercials for like the NBA and the NFL and stuff like that, and all the sports team. So like that's a big thing, like that Nike actually let that happen. Like I haven't seen like an artist that does that to that level. Like
yeah, but he did something similar with like when he did the what's this video called? The God's Plan video when he went to you know what I mean, and took up the whole thing. Like he's done stuff.
Well,
like that
I mean for Nike, for like a
for Nike, like I guess.
Yeah, but an artist that big.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
Oh yeah, you can have it for 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. Easy
well, I mean, like I've never even seen or heard of like that Nike headquarters like that. Like I only see like the commercials like in like the certain areas like where they're playing basketball. Only that setting.
Headquarters is huge.
Yeah, so like just seeing all that. It was fun.
I'm pretty sure they used this video as a premiere to show the headquarters as well. So
yeah,
I'm sure it had to do with both like the video and sponsorship.
It's 100% promotion to Nike.
Where is that headquarters? Is it in Oregon?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Creator of Nike is from Oregon, and I'm pretty sure they had
I think I did see that actually, Chris.
I don't know where it is.
Let me see. I'll look it up right now. It is in Oregon, in Beaverton, Oregon.
That boy Drake was out there in Oregon.
Well, in my opinion, the song is whatever. I'm not gonna play that song ever again in my car. Lil Durk was pointless as a feature. 8 seconds.
Why would you never play it again ever again?
Because I heard I've heard headlines before. I didn't need 2.0.
Yeah, it sounded like Headlines meets God's Plan to me. Like it was like the fusion of those two songs.
Why would that be a bad thing though? Like, I don't get it.
Well, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air 2.0.
No, but I'm saying why would that be a bad thing if it is like a fusion thing?
I just didn't like the song. Like it's not. I can't like a song.
No, I'm just saying.
Like,
you didn't hear him.
I already heard Drake do this. Oh, well, that too. No, I just don't care for the song. It's something I've heard Drake do before, so it's not like I needed it again. The feature didn't appeal to me, so I'm definitely not gonna play it again. But the video is fire. I think the video is genius, and I do think that is something great about Drake, that he can be fun and silly and not take himself so fucking serious while shooting something. And I do like that a lot. And the video was really well shot. It was obviously, like we're all saying, a commercial for Nike, like a sponsorship situation. And the fucking place looks crazy. At first, I thought it was his house, because his house is fucking huge too. Like his house is called the Embassy, so you already know it's like at that level.
I didn't know that this was at the Nike headquarters before you guys said it. I didn't know that.
No,
so you guys
the first thing you see
it said in the beginning.
Yeah, Nike.
Well, I guess I didn't pay enough attention.
Yeah, I mean, like how Chris was saying, like this is not a step in the right direction because he's done this sound before, so it's a step within a step. But it is better than him just shouting out his boys from Greece and from fucking UK and from Chubb just got home and did 20 for my team. Like I do think it's I'm still waiting on that. Like I said, like, oh, maybe this is why too, because I don't know if we spoke about it here or we just talked through text message, but and the Joe Budden podcast, apparently Drake sent them a record that's going to be on the album, and they said, they were like, yo, this shit, like Drake's, not that he's back lyrically, but he still got it. So it was like a reassurance.
Yeah, that was not this song for sure.
Like, but that's what I'm saying.
At least I hope. Yeah, at least I hope that this wasn't the song that told him that.
They clarified it on the recent podcast.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. Because this is definitely a single. The other one wasn't a single. It was like one of those rapidy rap, like bar shit. And everybody in the room was in agreement that it was a great record and that he still got it for sure. So I guess having that in my head and then hearing that, I'm like, oh, okay, I guess this is not it. Like, it's not it. But I understand that you have to drop a single, and the video is definitely going to drive the record, because it's just a well shot video overall. But
and people are gonna fuck with this song, like, you know what I mean. I think we are kind of different from like the masses. Like I feel like it'll get like its radio playing and shit like that, you know what I mean? Like,
well, I don't know, man, because I wasn't gonna agree with you, but then I was like, this is old Drake. Like, this is an old Drake sound, and people who love Drake now, or like the millennials that are more younger than us, they like the trendy, like shoo like that Drake a lot. So I don't know if they're gonna listen to this record more than as popular or something.
Maybe that's why Lil Durk was on there for 8 seconds.
I don't doubt that they won't listen. Like how you're saying, like you're expecting something great like that. Like it's just whatever. If you release something and it happens to be good,
no. If you have tuned into our podcast, we clearly said that Drake is due for a classic album. So that's that conversation.
Overdue.
Yeah, I have
well over.
I have high expectations for this album.
I'm saying, like, if you
I don't have high expectations for the album.
if you keep a high expectation thing for this album and it doesn't happen to do that, you're just gonna be, it's trash. Like,
no, because
that's gonna be your mindset. Like if you keep that expectation that high, like just don't do that.
My expectations.
But I do that to everybody though. I do it for Kanye, and like I keep it real. Like Gay wasn't good, or you know what I'm saying, like. Kids See Ghosts, I can listen to 1 or 2 records. Like, if you're a legend, you can only be criticized as a legend. Like, there's no way around that. And it's not just Drake; it's literally anybody you love. Any artist.
You said Ye wasn't good. What is Ye?
Yeah,
album,
Kanye
yeah.
album,
Kanye's
his self-titled album.
That came out the same month as Kids
The one in
I hate-
Wyoming.
I hate being bipolar. It's awesome.
Okay.
You just answered. Jose just confirmed.
Jose, the reason
Bad album.
No, I didn't know it was called Yay. I thought it was called
Yeah.
something bipolar or something like
Nah,
I hate
it's
being
called-
bipolar. It's awesome.
Jose, the reason I'm holding this album especially in like for high expectations because I think Drake for the past few years has done the like I don't think he's been that good, to be honest. I think he's gone down a lot artist wise, and I don't think his music is that great as it was before. I have high expectations because I don't think a project that he's dropped in a while has been like even decent. Like Scorpion was like you can see this guy is clearly like losing it a little bit. So this one I expect to be.
I don't get why you say he's losing it because like God's Plan was
because
on there.
it's not as good, Jose. His music is not as good as
But
it used
I'm
to
saying, yeah, of course it's not. You
be.
have
So
your
I'm
own
saying that he hasn't been
opinions.
good for the past few years,
No, yeah,
in my opinion.
you have your own opinions.
So if
about,
this
like,
album fails for me, I'm gonna be like, all right, I'm pretty much like off the Drake.
that's what I mean.
off
Like
the Drake,
if you set
bandwagon,
that expectation, like, oh, this has to be good, or I'm not gonna like ever listen to him like ever
well,
again.
I am because
But it's not just the fact that like he owes us like a really good album. It's not just that. It's the fact that like he's been on a mediocre album, like you know what I mean? Like he's been on a trail of mediocre albums since what, Views? Like, and that was how long ago? And every album that comes out, the most you could say is that it's okay. So it's like,
but Views and Scorpion was back to back from there.
nah, More Life.
More Life.
More Life was an album.
All right, fool. No,
What
we're
are
not
you
gonna
saying?
get into that type of.
More Life
loophole.
was an album.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was an album.
It was a
What was it,
compilation
a
of
playlist?
songs.
Oh, compilation of songs.
That's
Oh,
that's what an album is.
But it's not.
okay.
You know what I mean? It's not a. It's not.
Nah,
an
it wasn't
official
No,
album.
he named it something so that
Damn,
people
Drake's still
didn't
young.
kill it. Like people name things mixtapes and EPs because they know that's not going to perform as well as they thought it was going to perform.
Yeah, but
Regardless
it's an
of-
album. You're
regardless of
selling the
what it
album.
is.
It was free.
Regardless
More Life was
of
free.
what it is, you put songs together with your name on it, you should care that it's good.
Yeah, if you're gonna put out
course,
shit,
No
at
matter
least
what
stand
it
by
is,
your shit.
It has to
Don't-
be good, regardless.
It's tricky though because that album has hit records. Like, but the thing is, there's like 30 songs and then like 5 of them like did what they had to do. But like this is the thing, Jose. Like when you're talking to a group of people, including yourself, that listen to music all the time, you know what I'm saying? So our ear is gonna be different from the regular listener who just listens when the radio's on, like on their commute. Like we judge and expect and want our artists to get better and grow. So it is kind of hard when you ask
No,
a
I
group
know,
of
but
people who care about music
I'm not
to
saying
not care.
don't judge the music, but I'm saying like in Chris's point where you just said like if this album doesn't do good for him, he's not gonna listen to any type of Drake like ever. Just because of
Nah,
that.
I'm not
I don't think
expectation.
it'll be to that extent.
Yeah, I'm not
Just said
saying
that.
it's that drastic. I'm just saying that, like, okay, Drake has clearly fallen off. Like, I'm not gonna listen to him as his new stuff or his.
But like you're
his stuff,
saying
like, as much as I used to.
falling off in your sense is that he hasn't made a great album
Something
in
that he
your
liked.
opinion and something that you liked, but
Mm-hmm.
he's doing it for something else that other millions of people like.
So
Like,
then I'm
he
just-
hasn't
just
fallen
gonna be
off in that.
one
He
in
hasn't.
a million that
He
don't like
hasn't
it.
fallen off in that sense of when he does release music. Like
Yeah.
millions do listen and
No,
No,
in
no,
terms
no,
of
never.
relevance,
Yeah.
he's never gonna
Yeah,
fall off.
Drake's
Drake,
relevance
In that
will
sense,
always be
I
here.
would say
That will never fall off. But I'm just saying his
But-
his music has.
Well,
fallen
let me
off.
see if I can help Chris's point a little bit, or maybe not.
Mhm.
But you know why I need a Drake classic album? Because if he doesn't give me one, then it's gonna be hard for me to defend his place in like a top tier rapper conversation. That's probably the best way I could phrase that. Right now, Drake is considered a legend because of the things he's done,
Mhm.
number wise mainly. But when you're talking to artists and when you're talking to top tier rappers, he always gets tittle tattled like in that
Yeah.
like top 5 because lyrically was he able to keep up for as long as, you know what I'm saying? So I need a Drake album with good lyrics or content
But
just
if
so
you
that
if you're
I can
putting
feel
that,
comfortable.
I get that. But if you're putting that on him, like you could also put that on any artist. Like you can put that
Of
on
course. I put
Kanye.
expertise
You can put
everything.
that on J. Cole. You can put that. Like,
We
everybody,
did.
Like,
I trash every J. Cole album. What are you talking about? I do.
But I
keep
know.
the
But I
same
mean,
album.
like, I feel like with Drake specifically, like y'all, like just
He's missed a lot
bash him
more.
like that.
I mean, I don't listen to him, but from what I've heard, from what people have
From a
said, he's
project
missed-
standpoint.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yes,
saying.
yes. From
Yeah,
a
because
project standpoint,
singles,
he's
I don't
missed a
care
lot more.
about.
Well, in
about that.
perspective, as in us, that we wouldn't see that like this album isn't good to be even considered like a classic. How you would say, like his past albums, maybe you could say that, but any other albums that he's been releasing now, no. But like,
But you can look at something subjectively and say this is quality, this isn't. So I think if you could listen to Drake's, and just because you're not a fan of him, you could still listen to it and say this isn't just not good. If there's weak bars, there's weak bars. If there's weak beats, there's weak beats. And I think that's just
There's
subjective.
an agenda, and you can see the agenda. It's even worse. Like Tootsie Slide was clearly for TikTok, and so that once you make a decision as an artist to do something, then you're sacrificing another part of the audience that.
But I think
that
that also
so now you're
falls
playing that
under.
game.
I also think that falls under him because if you look at it, like how you say, like like if you listen to the song Drake did, Over, where he did in a couple albums ago, like his second album, that wouldn't fit in now. Like it wouldn't hit as much. So I think what Drake does is every album or song he does, it just fits into that time specifically. So like the Tootsie Slide fits into now. So he's mostly like the now person. Like
I think I texted that or said that to somebody that exact same thing, that Drake's music, I don't think it ages well because he definitely capitalizes on what's going on in the moment.
The moment where
And he started a lot of those moments, so I'll give him that credit as well. Like he started a lot of those trends, but the longer you stay in this game, then you're gonna give us more. Like we're gonna keep nitpicking. How long can you do it for? And did you do it as good as you did it last time? And can you do it again? And that's when I think where like Chris is like, now that he fell off skill wise, but it's like maybe he doesn't have the ear and the eye and the willingness to catch a trend before it comes out like he used to back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like those are different
music,
things.
Jose, I'm saying music wise.
It's like now there's not that many great music that we like, not as many as before. It's kind of like the same thing. Like there's not that many artists that
the quality of music definitely dropped for sure.
Yeah,
and probably our opinion.
In our opinion, like other people, they like whatever the new things that are coming out now.
But that's because of the people that are coming out now. Drake didn't come out now. You know what I'm saying? Drake has the capability of doing something from any time that he's been out. Like I said, like this, he's gonna make his money. He ain't gonna make his money with us. He's gonna make his money somewhere else. So that's for sure.
That's his thing, that he does pick just the moment stuff, and that falls under his thing.
Jose, maybe that's why I have such high expectations, since there's so many limited artists that we listen to now, and artists that they're dropping something. We're expecting like, holy shit, I could potentially listen to this for the next month or two.
That's what I also think. Like if whatever I think he's gonna release, it's gonna be what we've been hearing, kind of. Like I know it's not gonna be the.
That's what he's trained us to believe because of the last couple of records and projects, but that's what we don't want. that's what we're trying to say. Like,
yeah, I'm kind of worried now. Now thinking about it, like I said,
that's what we did with Kanye.
Speaking on the track that we're reviewing now, I'm kind of worried because I did say it was a step in the right direction, but me saying that is kind of like, oh, it was just a little bit better than his previous songs, but it just still does sound the same as everything else that he has been dropping. In my opinion.
What do you want to hear specifically?
I don't know, something new. Maybe he goes. I don't know, dude. I honestly don't know.
Like you want to hear something from like I don't know, like Worst Behavior, like that type of music.
My favorite Drake albums are Nothing Was the Same, and If You're Reading This Is Too Late. Mm-hmm. Like that type of vibe, those type of beats with that lyricism is something I would take 1,000%. I feel like Drake.
I don't think that's fair to ask him what do you want, because
I'm saying because
you don't ask that. I don't know, but what I'm trying to say is that you don't ask that with Kendrick. Like Kendrick gave us something different every time, but we don't really go, well, I want the good Kid, Mad City Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? So like there shouldn't be like a time where we go back to, because then you know what I'm saying. So
I'll know when I hear it.
Work out.
I'll know when I hear it.
I'll know when I hear it.
That's up to him to decide because I can't tell him what to put. And if I hear it on the album and it's good music, then I'll know when I hear it. But I can't tell you exactly what beats and what lyricism that I want to hear from him.
Like that, I guess that falls on that falls under with everybody. Like everybody says, "Oh, we missed the old Kanye" or whatever. He even says it himself.
Yeah.
So like, I guess that falls into everybody.
Yeah,
but
we're
Drake,
talking about Drake because
I know,
Drake is
saying,
releasing music right now.
With Drake specifically, that's his thing. So
I feel like you're taking it like we're attacking Drake, but we do it to everybody because when Ye came out and then Kids See Ghosts came out, me, John Perez, the dude that's been Kanye's #1 fan for as long as you know, I wouldn't even go rush to a Kanye song right now. And that hurts to say because I would be at midnight, 11:59, 59 seconds, would hear a Kanye record. But now if Kanye was to drop something next week or like tonight,
you didn't
I'll
like
get to it tomorrow
the two
morning.
singles he did a couple weeks ago? The one with Travis and the other one with
Wash Us in the Blood.
Yeah.
I heard the Travis one time and I never went back to it again. Like I don't think that it's trash music. I don't think the artists that we love are capable of trash music. It's just replay value. You know what I'm saying?
Replay value.
So yeah, like again, like with the Drake shit,
you're holding off from Kanye specifically. You're holding off his standards to like the past work.
No, because Kanye's work is usually progressive, so there's no way to like judge him off his past work because he's usually elevating it. But just how you said Drake, he's so trendy, and then with Kanye, it's like I could tell when he cares about a fucking song or not. So if I know Kanye just dropped something randomly, he must not care about the record, so it must be a all right song. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but if he's like in Hawaii for 6 months, inviting people over, and then Dark Fantasy comes out, then you can tell that.
But wasn't he doing that for the Ye album? Wasn't he like took some time off there, so that?
Mm-hmm. Yes, but Kanye was working on 4 albums at the same time, and he kept scrapping each one of them to make a new one. So yes, he was doing that, but we didn't hear the songs.
He was also working on all those other artists' albums. Yeah,
right. So we didn't hear. We might have not heard every song that was worked on by all those people, because Kanye is too quick to switch up on like on a project that he feels like he gets bored. It's like, oh, I like this idea. We'll do 3 records, and then somebody brings a new sound, and then they're like, oh, well, let's start working on this now. So yeah, it's not just Drake. It's just Drake just so happens to be dropping something right now.
I get that.
Nas just dropped a song this week, and I didn't like it either.
I heard of who's producing, like Hit Boy or something.
Hit Boy,
yeah, Hit Boy produced it. Yep.
And this is supposed to break all of the stigma of Nas doesn't pick good beats or whatever.
Wait, you said you heard it and it was bad?
It's not that it was bad. It's just I'm not gonna play it again. Like
no, but you heard it.
I don't know. Yeah, it's on Apple Music. It's called Ultra Black.
The only thing I saw about that song was he dissed Doja Cat.
Yeah,
I was pissed off from that, and it was like
and that was disappointing too, because like I said, the stigma with Nas is he doesn't pick good beats, but he can rap well. And then you're like, well, he's making an album with Hit Boy, then we should be straight. And then the beat comes out, and it's like, okay, I could have made that myself, like here right now with my keyboard. Like, it's I don't know, dog. I don't know what it is.
He's going trendy. What do you
mean? Like, no. Nas, I don't think
we'll
ever go trendy.
Nas drops a song once every 3 years. He can be
So that's what I mean. Like, why you say it doesn't work just because of the beat itself, or just the way he approached the
I
song?
just didn't like the marriage of what I heard. Like, there's another expectation. Nas lyricism. Nas has the same stigma with me. I'm not running to a Nas album either, because the last couple of songs he's dropped ain't been nothing crazy either.
The last couple albums he's dropped have been very whatever.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know what it is. Like, we can't pinpoint like what it was. It's just whatever we're hearing, you know. And that could be with anybody. That could happen to my music. That people hear from me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nobody's safe from like making music that everybody loves. You know what I'm saying?
I think throughout this conversation, I think you've unlocked a part of my brain, or like I think I know why I'm not so quick to go to a Drake song or expect so much from him. I feel like his music for the past couple of years not his vision for like music videos and stuff like that, but the actual song, the creativity is just its song start to finish. It's the same beat, and he's rapping on the same thing. There's no beat. Oof, like that was fire. Like that like beat switcher or instruments in the background. Like it's literally just the beat that Hit Boy or whoever made the song literally just looped his verse, and then that's it.
That's not
And that's
true.
the case
that's
with a lot of people.
Exactly.
No, but that's not true because the recent mixtape thing he just came out had a lot of beat changes and different flows that he did there.
Which I actually like that project. I liked a few songs off of that project, but not the whole thing.
Yeah.
But look how he treated it. He just gave it out, so he obviously didn't care that much for it, which means he didn't put in as much.
I think he's
like when you listen to like a Kendrick, like what you're talking about is like a damn like you got like the DJ Premier sound effect, and then you have the reversal beat switch up. Like you can tell when somebody
instruments on the project. It's not just
even that. You can just tell when somebody was working on a song for a while.
Yeah,
like that's really the difference
when they put effort into it.
Now people do work on a song for a while, trying to see what they're gonna do to capitalize off of it. Like I'm sure, you know, the preparation of Tootsie Slide took a while. Like, okay, so we need something for TikTok, but what's not corny that I can do, but the kids will do? Like that takes a while to get. Mm-hmm. But then once you're like in there and you're like, well, let me just do a 2-step thing, then you can tell that it was made like rather quickly. Mm-hmm. So you get what you pay for. You know, like, or what you know what I'm saying? Like we could tell it was a capitalizing for the moment shit. So then where you're gonna take it, like it was for the moment shit.
Exactly. So do you think cool, saying that, like, since you see him doing like the sticking to the moment things, and then you see other artists like Nas releasing things but doesn't hit to the masses like that, do you think this is the reason why Drake would be as popular in that sense? Like, and like with
like, are you asking me like what do I think that Drake is purposely not creating that type of music?
Yeah, because like
I don't think so, because Drake has enough money, he has enough credibility, he has enough everything. So at this point, he should be making music. Like, oh, that's true. You can't really tell somebody why they should be making music, but he shouldn't be making music for. I don't know. This is a tough one because I think that he shouldn't be chasing a sound at this point in his career. That's probably the best way to word it. I think that you're in a place where you can maybe go back to the fundamentals, or like we said before, establish your placement against your peers of like lyrical ability. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like it's hard to put. Can you put Drake on the best of all time list as an artist? Yeah. Can you put him as top 5 lyrically? You can, but your argument is going to get diminished when you can't name a classic album or 2 classic albums from one of the best artists of all time. Because then it's like, well, his music aged well. Like there's so many factors. And us that love Drake, that want him to succeed, I feel like we're looking for that project where it's like, well, you see, he can still do it like this. You know what I'm saying? It's like we haven't gotten that thinking that we're going to get there. But yeah, dog, nobody's safe, dog. Everybody's subjective. Everybody's has an agenda. Everybody likes something that somebody else is not going to like. So, you know, you put out entertainment, you put out a piece of art, it's going to get criticized. But we're just telling you, like, what we, I guess. No,
but I'm also trying to say, like, how, like, I'm trying to put it into, like, let's take 50 Cent, for example. His music and his sound worked in that time, but then it obviously fell off to a point that he's not releasing music or doing music just because he wasn't hitting as much. And
yeah, but if you, with 50, like, it was more that, like, his first album like sounded so like hungry, so raw, like there was so much pain in it, and then like after that, like he abandoned that literally after that first album.
Yeah,
you know
he went more mainstream,
more mainstream, 100%. Yeah,
radio stuff and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's the thing.
They had no staying power like after that, you know what I mean? Like, and it like the stuff that 50 would rap about in his songs like was always the same type of shit. You know, the only thing that was kind of different was like when he was rapping about his own experiences, stuff like that. That's what people were kind of attracted to. So after that, he was just another rapper rapping about the same shit that everybody else was rapping about, and it wasn't, you know what I mean?
But that's what I'm trying to see, that if Drake is doing that on purpose, just to not stay in one thing and just keep going with what it is now.
He probably is. He's
So
probably getting the, but that's the thing. I don't think he needs to do that because he should be straight. Like as far as, I mean, I'm not in the man's pockets. I don't know what his bills are, but dude, how long you're in the game? 10 years plus. Like you shouldn't still be chasing like a trendy thing. You should be able to lay back and release art that you feel like it's worthy of, like a masterpiece or whatever. And especially Drake,
yeah,
something like I said, you're not gonna like this, Jose, but Drake doesn't have an official classic album.
I would
It's
disagree.
arguable. Yeah, but it's arguable. But so a classic album shouldn't be arguable. Like people should be like, no, that is a classic album.
I would say
And
his first 3 albums would be classics.
No,
oh my god,
no way.
I've never heard anybody
No
say
way.
that.
What do you mean?
Like at all.
No way, dog.
So you, yeah, to the consent, like to the overall mass, no. Take Care is like literally an argument for people in the industry. Like, well, it is, well, it's not, what it is, like whatever.
I would put that
So
100% as a classic because it did have everything that we were talking about. It had the good beats and the way that it
No
flowed
one's
is the
gonna
way that
argue. Take Care is the one that, like John said, like most people say. I don't even think. I mean, Take Care, I could put it there, but my favorite Drake album was the one that came after that. Was Nothing Was the Same. That first album, I don't see how you could possibly think that's a classic album. That album's not that good.
I would
Which one's
say
that
for my personal choice, the one best I ever had, that one. That was the
Thank Me Later, or So Far Gone.
So Far Gone
I think to
So
the
Far Gone
general
was a mixtape.
public,
was a mixtape.
Yeah.
Think Me Later was after that.
That was his first album. Yeah, it was Thank Me Later.
I think to the general public, Take Care would be considered a classic.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
for
argued,
me
though.
personally,
Yeah, it's argued, but I
just
think
me
if you had to
personally,
choose
that's
one-
my favorite Drake album. Take Care is my personal.
my favorite Drake album is If You're Reading This Is Too Late, and I don't even think he declared that an album or whatever.
I think it's a
Me,
mixtape.
like
I think.
mixtape kind because it
To
was
me,
it was
it's
free
a classic,
too.
but to anyone else, it's just like, oh, I remember that project.
I don't think
like-
it's a class. I think it's a good. It aged well, but I don't think it's a classic album. Like
yeah. To me,
But-
because it's my favorite.
If you're reading this,
If you ask the general public, I feel like a lot of them forgot about the album, or like they don't really go back to it.
yeah, but that's the thing though. Like we compare Drake and Kendrick and Cole for the most part, together, and Kendrick. Although this is also the thing. Let me say this and then I'll say that. And we've been here for a hot minute, but Kendrick, to me, gets the upper hand because he can balance both so fucking well. Like he can do the lyrical and then go mainstream, but it still be tasteful enough to where the lyrical heads and then the new demographic can still both ride to it.
yeah.
Drake did that, but now he's like going too far to either one,
Yeah.
so he's losing somebody like in the process. Now, where I contradict myself, or not really, but Kendrick also doesn't put on as much content as Drake. So when you put out as much content, you're naturally just gonna have more trials and errors. You know what I'm saying? So that is something to be talked about too, because what's worse it's like you can't win or lose. Like if Drake was as hesitant to drop music as Kendrick, then we would kill him for taking so long. But then he
But
just dropped
I
a lot
don't
of
think
music.
so though, John. I really don't, because we don't kill Kendrick for that, or I don't kill Kendrick for that.
I don't mind.
Because when he does drop, he drops really good shit. So it's like
Yeah.
to me, like as long as you're not like Nas going on a 5 years, 10-year hiatus, like like I can wait for sure. As long as you're giving me really good shit that I can bump, like I don't.
But yeah,
I don't know.
I feel that just depends on who it is because obviously Drake, he has like he's known to be like the summer hit guy. So like every summer
Right.
he has a hit or whatever. So that's
I
on
think-
him.
I agree with John, where he was like, where Kendrick could balance the mainstream with all his like classic shit. Like,
Yeah, of course.
Like I feel like Drake in his past did that, but
Yeah,
like
you see-
John said, I don't think there's a balance anymore. I don't think where he would have those mainstream tracks in his album, but then you can go back to another song that's not mainstream and be like, oh shit, like that song hit. I feel like now it's just straight everything he puts on the album, he's expecting to chart at some point. And like that's the way that I feel. And like I don't want that fucking version where everything is gonna be mainstream and everything has radio play. And it's like, dog, like I'd rather have an album where there's one mainstream album and the rest people just I'm just blabbering, but like I just think he's gone too far mainstream And that's crazy to say for Drake because his whole career.
He's always been
mainstream.
that. He's always been
his
that.
whole career he's been mainstream, but now it's just like.
But his albums were
So
better
noticeable.
balanced, though, Chris. I get what you're saying. Like that, like
That's true,
before, yeah, like before Views, like his albums were better balanced between like mainstream shit and shit that's just him talking to you. You know what I mean? Like,
but like,
and that's kind of where he lost us.
And
exactly.
but he was coming out. I mean, like he was releasing at a later times than now or usual.
What do you mean?
Like
What do you mean?
before, like on those albums, like he would release, and you wouldn't hear him from time to time. You would hear him sometimes maybe in a feature, like a Rick Ross or something like that. But like he wasn't as heard as much as today as he was before.
I think low key Drake is scared, dog. I think that he's put himself in such a hit driven catalog that when it comes to albums, he's not getting the response that he probably went in with thinking that he was going to get. And I don't know what point that goes to. I don't know why I felt the need to say that, but
Response to who, though?
maybe that's why he doesn't drop as many albums, because he knows that he could get it done with a hit, and he'll probably get too criticized for a project that he actually spent time with for a while. So maybe he's stuck to just doing features for a longer time, and maybe he's stuck to that one song every year or whatever, because he probably was like, well, if I do the rap shit and people don't fuck with it, then it counts as a fail, or like as not as a good of a project.
My 2 cents, because I don't have much to say on Drake. I think what he has to do, I mean, what he should do, I mean, he has all the money in the world. He shouldn't have to do anything.
Yeah, it's tough.
He don't have to listen to me. But I think what he doesn't do, which he should do, which a lot of my favorite artists do, is just make something for yourself. I feel like he cares too much about making stuff for other people. And it just keeps biting him in the ass. At least not money and charts wise, but quality wise. It's like you're not making stuff that we know you're capable of making because you've done it before. And I don't know. I think that's just what it is. I think he just has to stop making shit for the hits and for other people and just make good shit.
I feel what you're saying, so, but I also feel like he's gonna stick to that for a while, and probably
it's been a while.
Poor Jose.
He's gonna
be defending Drake this whole time.
I'm agreeing with what I said. I'm saying, like, I feel like for him to like step back and maybe work on something like to that potential or whatever, he would have to take like 2 years without anything,
fine.
Or like that's what he has to do. But like that's not gonna come in anytime soon. I don't think so.
Why do you say that? He can.
But I'm saying that because
he can disappear for 5 years and if he comes back with a classic.
I'm saying that because just the way it's going for him now, like he's doing so good in that status that he doesn't need to like go that route, like just to take 2 years off, just to make something like that.
It's because people like you who will always tune in.
I would want a next great classic Drake album. Like I haven't had one in a while.
His shit is scheduled too, dog. It's always around this time of the year. We're always waiting for a Drake album. It's like, dog, take a year or two off. If he came back 3 years later with an album, even if it was the same shit, I feel like I would take it better than I would if he released it
2 years. His last album was 2 years ago.
But I still
Scorpion?
think no, Scorpion was 2019.
No, it came out when I was in Atlanta.
Damn.
It was 2
It
years.
was 2019.
I think so.
Nah.
Hope so.
I hope so.
I hope so. I'm pretty sure it was 2019. Anyways,
2018.
it was.
Yeah, because that's when Pusha's album came out,
2 years
right?
ago. But like you
It doesn't
said,
feel like it's been 2 years.
no, yeah, because we hear him all the time. That's the thing. He's always dropping.
Get out, go away, stay in your embassy, go to Canada, stay there 3 years. I want to hear a classic. I'm okay with that, dog. I don't need to hear an album this year.
I'm not crazy about Drake, but I don't think anybody would have a problem with him going away and telling people, okay, I'm gonna.
Because everybody else does it. Cole does it. Kendrick does it, and we're cool. like Kendrick's definitely overdue for a fucking project because it's been more than 2 or 3 years for him.
Yeah.
It was in a hot minute. Was that
Well,
2017?
an official project of his because he did work on like the Black Panther thing and some other projects too.
And I also don't. I'm gonna be real with you, dog. I also don't think it's that hard. I'm a fucking artist. If you know how to fucking write, you can pen a fucking hit whenever, my guy. And when you have access to all the best producers and all the best engineers, I don't want to hear that you have to go in the cave for 3 years to like come up with something that's quality. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're an artist, you can write. Your brain works at all times. So I'm not giving him that excuse either that he just drops all the time or whatever. Because you think that Drake is in the studio every fucking day?
No, yeah,
like I'm sure he's in the studio all the time.
I don't doubt that.
Of course. So it's not that even the time. It's just that he needs to align with it. He needs to be okay with where he's at in his career. Okay, I got money. I have a fucking mansion. I have a castle. Let me just do something that I love to do for the sport and not just for like a chart thing. And I also don't think that he necessarily does something for the charts. I think whatever he drops is he's gonna chart.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'll give him that aspect of it. But let's be real, like the 2 Rick Ross songs and like those came and went. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna keep releasing music that just comes and goes. That does have to do with the era we're in.
Rick
and
Ross or
attention
DJ Khaled?
spans.
I'm sorry, Rick Ross or DJ Khaled?
DJ Khaled.
You said the 2 Rick Ross songs.
The 2 Rick Ross.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
The two DJ Khaled songs.
Okay.
Which I also didn't hate. I know Chris hated them, but I didn't hate the songs. But there's so many things, dog. It's also like we're not out, and the hookah lounges can't play these records that make it live a little bit longer. Like there's a lot of aspects to it.
Drake, if you're listening, in your embassy, go
for
be
this
a
3-hour
dad, bro.
podcast.
Go be a dad. Go chill with your son for a couple years.
Well, he's definitely dropping an
here.
album this year because the rollout is too deep now.
Sometime
drop your album.
September.
I don't want to hear you for another 3 years, 3 or 4 years. Really, just I'm pissed. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reboot. I'm pissed. Just be a dad,
but that's
bro.
the thing, though, and also the way that he be like premiering his albums, you be thinking like this is the one. You're like, ooh, Scorpion, the boy, and then he has the championship rings, and you're like, oh,
Scorpion.
This is it. And then you drop 30 songs, and we're like, fam.
Oh god.
That whole B-side.
No, yeah.
I'm sorry. All right, let's just.
That whole side.
Yeah, we've been on here for a while. There you guys have it. This has been another podcast episode number 13, lucky number 13. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I know that this is a much longer podcast that you might be used to, but we're trying out new things in the channel. We're trying out a new structure, and we would like your feedback. We would like to know if you enjoy what we're doing now with the clips that we're releasing. Do you miss something? Would you like something better? Give us some feedback so we know how to move forward and accommodate to as many people as we can. But in the comments, please let us know what are your expectations for the Drake album that's coming out. Did you like the new song and the video? Let us know if you will be attending the movie theaters when they open on August 20th to the 15-cent theaters with my dog Chris and Asia and Matt. And are you going to be staying at the Airbnb at Blockbuster when that opens?
What do you think about the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reboot, and why does it suck?
And why should Chris watch it?
Why should Chris watch it?
You guys want to see? That would be lit.
Yo, if that show happens to win an Emmy, I'm gonna clip whatever you said.
If that wins an Emmy, I don't know.
You gotta run out the street with a diaper.
Okay.
What?
And record
Chris
yourself.
does that already.
And record yourself
so easy.
and doing a TikTok.
Comment section. If Fresh Prince of Bel-Air wins an Emmy, you can decide on what I do.
Well,
I'm gonna hit that comment
He didn't
section.
specify any Emmy of any kind.
Yeah,
He didn't specify. He said an Emmy. If it wins an Emmy, you didn't say anything else.
Yeah.
Worst performance.
For sure. For music, for anything. I don't give a shit.
best set design.
I'm that confident.
I mean,
Produced by Will Smith.
I don't think Chris knows how many Emmys get given out.
Yeah.
But continue.
Even for
We're done with the outro. Somebody end it before Chris changes his mind.
word.
I'm not changing my mind.
All right, let's go.
But thank you guys for tuning in. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to the video. Please hit the post notification bell. Until next time, tell somebody to tell somebody. Peace.